today I honestly learned so much. I feel like before this sales experience, I wasn't really listening to my clients, or I didn't really know a lot of the stuff know a lot of the things that I was supposed to be reading, like contract or, oh my gosh, I'm so terrible at this. But today I learned that I need to start listening more. I need to start asking more questions. I need to be more confident, and all of that will help me be better. Not only a better person, but better in sales, better for the company, and yeah.
Hi, I am Kim Sorrell, and it is both a privilege and an honor to know Dr. Tooby. And I know her because I've attended her things and I've learned so much. She is such an inspiration. She is the woman I want to be. She has knowledge and wisdom beyond her years. She's experienced so much in life and she just freely shares everything that she knows. You know, sometimes you attend things, you go to a masterclass, you go to a retreat, you go to an event, a podcast, of whatever it is, and people kind of hold things close, like they don't want to just let you know what they know, and you kind of feel suckered at the end. Never, never with Dr. Tooby. It is full on. She delivers. My life was different, I have to say, when I completed my first masterclass with Dr. Tooby. And I am excited to do more with her and can't wait to sign up for everything she does. She's truly, I'm telling you, an inspiration. And she's also fun to listen to and entertaining and engaging. So I highly recommend Dr. Tooby for everything and anything.
it. But I took your master class for the Meant to Thrive. And it was a 6-week master class we just completed, which was awesome for me. Empowering and the encouragement. And from that, I was able to help identify the difference, because I honestly didn't really know the difference between my passion and my purpose.
Coming from a person who has struggled with stress and burnout, and honestly kind of trouble advocating for myself and my needs. I have worked a lot of years in the corporate sector. I worked an on-call position at a job where I was on call 24 hours a day, and I have often experienced stress and burnout and all of the repercussions that play into that. And being a part of these master classes with Dr. Tooby has impacted my life in a way that I didn't realize. It brought light to, I guess, the fact that I also should be a priority, and prioritizing things that are for me, and being able to plan things out and schedule things to be able to not only be available for myself professionally, but also be able to be there for myself in my personal life as well. I have learned what signs of burnout and stress look like. I have learned the tools and, things to implement into my everyday life in order to relieve that stress and burnout and to be able to show up for my family and for myself. I have learned what self-care looks like and how to make sure that I'm taking that time for myself, because, without me being 100%, everything that follows will not be 100%. And I wouldn't have been able to do that without all of Dr. Tooby's help and, the love that she pours into these master classes and all of the information that is given in these. Highly recommend anybody who is experiencing stress or burnout or trouble planning and prioritizing, or, how to implement self-care into your everyday life and how to find what your purpose is in life, and how to really run with that, run with that inner voice and those dreams and how to make your dreams a reality, I highly, highly recommend utilizing Dr. Tooby and all of her knowledge. Thanks, Dr. Tooby.
It was the perfect time when I signed up and started the class, because I was going through personal issues and, again, transitioning my career. So my confidence at the time was lost, and just learning and, the tools that were provided, very helpful. So if you're in a state of mind and in need of something, and just, again, coming from another woman, that's very helpful. And you go over the self-care, which is very important, because it's not selfish. And that was stressed about not being selfish when you're trying to take care of your own mental and, things, or your limitations that you have. That's not being selfish. So that, that was something I learned, because I always feel guilty if I say the word no. You're learning and taking it all in. But I would say for me, by the third week, that's when, things start setting in. But yeah, that first week when there was a video, and it was a YouTube that you shown about resilience, and, it's saved on my, playlist, YouTube playlist, and just that reminder. So, you were from the get-go giving takeaways and homework per se of what to do. But yeah, by the third week, that difference in me, and, I came with my pen and paper, taking notes. So yeah, just learning and grasping and absorbing the information, just from you, hearing you and your journey. So that empowerment and that encouragement, and again, that confidence, and me being resilient.
There were so many really mind-blowing moments, Dr. Tooby. This is incredible. Specifically, what really kind of called out to me when we were talking about the 7 points in the last session: upgrade your value. And that was my note: upgrade your value. And then under it, I put, be selective about who you serve and who you don't. Knowing your worth is key to upgrading your value. And I feel like, especially towards the end, when you're saying, be that person that you want to be right now, that's knowing your worth right now. That really resonates with me. Really, it hit home.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. It's so interesting that's the thing that's hit home the most for me today too. So it's incredible that was for you as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you know what's so amazing is, how do you feel right now in this room with women? Like, being vulnerable. Imagine if you're continuously in a room where you can just let that out. Like, how do you feel just letting that out?
I feel empowered and supported.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a group of women collaborating to support each other. This is a sacred space. Angelina, you were right.
Hello, 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 everybody. Good afternoon and welcome to the day 2 of Burnout Proof You and Your Business. Who's excited to be here? I'm so excited to see you all again. And yes, of course, before we go over to our program, let's make some big shout out first. So I've seen here, we have Isa. Hello, Isa. Janessa. You can also put in the chat where you're coming from so that we can know each other. And we have Joanna, of course. We have Ashley. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have Lisa. We have Melissa. We have Kelly. All right, so there's a lot of amazing women in this room. And of course, we have Melissa. So welcome once again, everybody. And all right, so I would just like to remind everybody, before we go on to our program for today's session, so please turn on your camera. It will be nice to see your beautiful faces, your smiling faces, and to connect with one another. And also, I would like to encourage everybody to please use our feature in this room. We have some emojis there, so you can use whether you'd like to put some thumbs up or heart or anything that would like to express. So please use our emojis. And also, I would like to encourage everybody to participate, to stay engaged. Research shows that when you stay engaged and when you participate more, so you can get more of this and you can retain more information from this session. So yes, and of course, grab your notebooks and pen. It will be nice to jot down those golden nuggets that we'll be getting for today. So yes, please prepare your pen and paper. And also, I would like to remind everybody for the homework. So we have some glitches. We don't know what's happening, why the comments is not showing. But yes, just put your comments there and we'll make sure that we could be able to see it. And we'll be updating our leaderboard later. So yeah, that's really one great thing. So great prizes are coming in your way. So we have a lot of in store for you. So please comment or post your homework and also your takeaways in our Facebook group. And if you're not yet in our Facebook group, so please welcome to join. So I'll be putting the link in the chat. So you can just click the link and hit join. All right, so it's here now. And also, yes, so yeah, who's excited for today? Who's excited for today? So yes, me too. I'm very, very excited. So I don't want to keep you guys waiting for our main speaker and host for this afternoon. So she's really a woman who inspired a lot of people, who impacted a lot of women, and she'll lift up a lot of women in their lives to avoid burnout and to overcome challenges and obstacles in business. She is a transformational, resilience, high performance, and a business coach and inspiration to many. So everybody, without further ado, let's all welcome in our virtual stage, Dr. Tubi Akinlasoto. Everybody, welcome, welcome.
So much, Nikki. Give it up for Nikki Jerusalem in the house. Show some love for me. Some love emojis in the heart. Throw some love for Nikki. Like, she's so awesome. And Nikki, can I brag on you for a minute before I welcome everybody? I mean, I just want to use this opportunity. We're a small group right now. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Nikki has only been with me for a little bit over a month. And this is part of the system that I teach. She basically was trained in no time to be MC because my other MC was not available, some things going on there. And I was like, the show must go on, right? And this is how in business, look at when you have someone by your side, an executive assistant, and you believe in them and you say, you know, Nikki's like, you want me to be the MC? I say, yes, you got this. You can do it. You can do it. And she did an awesome job. Give it up for Nikki. She even did her virtual background. I didn't even tell her to do that. Like, I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of you, Nikki. So thank you, Nikki. She's an inspiration as well. She does a lot of great things in Albania with the youth that she impacts. And she has a heart for God, just like me. And so when I went through 300 different applications and I was overwhelmed, the spirit kind of led me to Nikki, and Nikki also said, "Oh, I always wanted to work with a coach." So I feel like it was a match made in heaven, and she's been learning as she goes, and she's doing an awesome job. So I just wanted to brag on her for a minute and just let you guys know that no matter what, if you have a goal and something you want to do, you know what I mean? Just don't let anything stop your way. Don't say, "Oh my God," I could have been like, "Oh my God, I don't have a regular MC or someone to do." I was like, "Nikki, let's go." And so, yes. So once again, thank you so much, Nikki. And thank you guys for showing up again. I know I got some emails and some people that were here yesterday said they couldn't make it. They were looking forward to the replay. There's some things going on, but they're going to be watching. We're streaming live right now in the Facebook group. So I say hi to everybody. And this will also be on YouTube and LinkedIn and different places. So definitely lots of people will be able to see this. So once again, welcome. How is everybody doing? Everybody rested, inspired, ready to go? All right. Okay, so we did have some glitches in the Facebook group. I have no idea what's going on. It's a little bit scary. So Nikki could see comments, and it was Anna brought it to our attention. Nikki could see the comments, but we couldn't see the comments. I still couldn't see the comments, so she was screenshotting them to me. So I do want to thank the people that did their homework. We did put the screenshots in there, and I think some of them are in the chat as well. So we want to acknowledge those. And so Nikki, we do have the leaderboard. We'll share that in just a minute of some points. All right. So who is ready today to learn how to upgrade your value, confidently charge your worth, and to work less and make more money? If that's you, put me in the chat. Me. If you're ready to learn how to work less, we're like, what do you mean work less and make more money? Is that possible? It is possible, people. It is possible. And I'm going to show you and talk to you about how. Okay. So remember yesterday we talked about we have to separate in order to elevate. Remember, we talked about it. Who is ready to separate from excuses? Who is ready to stop being an excuse maker? I'm not calling you names. I don't know if you ever were, but let's just pretend you were at one time. Stop being an excuse maker. And who is ready to be an action taker? If you're ready to be an action taker, drop action taker in the chat. If that is you, you adopt that identity. No more excuses. No more technical issues. I don't have confidence. I don't know. Nobody did this and that. None of that. We are going to make it work because action takers are makers. All right. And action takers are destiny makers. If you're a destiny maker, tap it on your chest. Say, I am a destiny maker. Because when you want to impact and make a lasting impression, and leave and fulfill your destiny, then so I'm so super excited today to get into this session because I believe this session is going to give you some of the tools that's going to propel you forward. All right, so I have some people coming in. I'm going to try to, Nikki, go ahead and let them in as they come in so I can focus over here. Okay, so now I want to remind you guys something. Actually, W. Clement Stone says, thinking will not overcome fear, but action will, right? So I want us to release. Sometimes we get too serious and we're like thinking and thinking and thinking. Thinking is good at certain times. Always think before you act, but don't overthink. Remember, don't overthink, don't overplan, don't overcommit. Anything with the word over, don't, right? Because that means you're doing too much. The only thing you're allowed to do is the only thing that is allowed for over is your cup runneth over. That's the only one. But everything else that's over, forget it. Over planning, overeating, overcomplicating things, they're all bad, right? But the only thing good is your cup runneth over, right? When your cup runs over, and give it to other people. But yours, remember, your cup got to be full before it runs over. All right, who's ready? Okay. So in business, guys, again, I think everybody here is like a business owner or to be a business owner or wants to be business. In business, with no resilience, this is my take on it. No resilience equals no business, because no matter how great of a business you build or have, if you don't have the resilience and the energy to show up for it, it will fail. Really, really focusing on this. There's lots of videos on YouTube. There's lots of other gurus telling you about how to do a lot of strategies that does not include the personal self, personal resilience, foundation, this man. And it goes together. Not only am I going to talk about them, I'm also going to talk about how you can use some of these systems and strategies to scale, but we're never going to forget about the another key thing that we're going to talk about today is sales, because sales is service. No matter what, if we build resilience, we do everything, we show up for our business, no matter how happy and excited we are, if we don't have sales, our business can fail. Everybody understand that? So all of this goes together. This is a full package. Okay. Also, strategy. You must have strategy. Somebody write strategy, right? Strategy, which means, remember when I told you, like, when COVID hit, when they were like, you guys can't meet anymore, and everything was closing, and I was like, ooh, all of a sudden, my imagination brain went on. I went on there and I created AZ micro weddings, and then I registered the domain name. I started doing micro weddings, and I was like, hey, I had a wedding that was scheduled, and they're going to cancel everything. I said, hey, you know what? We don't have to cancel. Let's just set up your thing, do the, and let's live stream people. And I didn't technically go out there on the internet, but I know in my mind I came up with that. But all of a sudden, people started live streaming. But that was my imagination had, like, what am I going to do? What strategy am I going to use in this moment to continue my business? And while other people were trying to close up and do this and that, I thinking of strategy is important. You must always be on that level of strategy and pre-planning, as in thinking of strategies. I have a book. Let me tell you guys, my brain, like, this is, where's my notebook at? I probably have like 20 of these, but this is the one I'm using at this current moment. Anytime strategy or ideas come to my mind, I write it down. They may not be for now, but it'll be for an appointed time. I have like 500 domains registered. Like, I'm just one of those people, like, that's a good one. Good one. Ooh, I just read exciting for my event business. I'll share that with you guys later. I'm too excited. Okay, so anyway, always keep your ideas, always have strategy. Okay. Very, very important. So that when things happen, you go back and say, ooh, I have a strategy for that. And you know what? You more strategy by being in the room, right? So clap for yourself, being in the room, because iron sharpeneth iron. And as you're in the room, ideas comes. I don't want to tell you how many ideas came to me when I was in Houston. I have a mentor, I have a coach, and I went to Houston, met her and everything. And there were so much other people there. And I was just that weekend, I must have downloaded like 100 ideas. I think most of those domains came from that weekend. Like, I was just on fire. That was because I was in the room with people that were on fire. So somebody say, be in the room. Always be in the room and getting the energy. Okay. So before we get started, the last one I want to talk about is no support. If you don't have support, you're going to stay stuck. You'll stay. And everybody thinks in life, oh, I got this. I can do it all by myself. No, we were all meant to have support. That's why when Adam was in the garden, look lonely, God made the animals 2 by 2. Remember? He made them 2 by 2, but then Adam had nobody. And God looked and said, oh, I can make you somebody. And he took his rib and made him Eve. And then there were 2 by 2, because man was not meant to be alone. So when you're in this business, just realize that even if you don't have a partner, like a spouse or somebody, you can lock hands with someone else that believes in you. And I'm ready to lock hands with you. I'm ready to lock hands with you and believe with you. Not only support you, coach you, encourage you, empower you, pray with you, whatever you need, coach you. I'm ready to lock hands. So just be ready to have support and be coachable. Somebody say, be coachable. You got to be coachable. Nobody knows it all. I have a coach. I have mentors. I have invested so much money. I'm traveling again. I think, Melissa, will I see you in July? I'm traveling again. You know, we have similar mentors, and traveling again. Anytime she's having something, I'll be there in Vegas as well. I'm always investing in my personal growth, no matter, even though I'm already doing this, no matter if I already have businesses, I still get mentorship. I still get coach. Every coach needs a coach. Every mentor needs a mentor. All right. So just remember. So you have two ways to go, guys. We can either scale or fail. We can either scale or fail. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to scale. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to scale. We're going to scale because we're going to increase sales. We're going to charge our worth. We're going to go high before we go low. Somebody put a 1. Somebody says, how many of you are ready to increase sales while also increasing your resilience? Somebody say, I would. Say, I would. Okay, you ready? All right, let's go. Somebody say, let's go. Mr. Dr. Tech, wasting our time. Okay, all right. So I want to start off by talking about values and boundaries. It's very important. So I want to talk about your non-negotiables. What are some of your non-negotiables? And I want us to all think of this statement. I can do anything for my business. We're talking business right now, unless you ask me to. And I want you to think for a minute. This is the time you're allowed to think, and put it in the chat. Because when you start to think about this, because one of the things I really hone on in is boundaries. Boundaries help you to avoid burnout, help you to not overcommit, not do crazy stuff. And many people don't even sit down to think about their boundaries, let alone write them down. And we're going to be doing the boot camp, those boot camp. We're going to be writing our boundaries down. We're going to be implementing some things. So I want you to write this. I can do anything for my business unless you ask me to. Good. Be unethical. Break the law. Okay, let's keep it going. Think about it. Because these are some of the, we have these big ones, right? And then unless you ask me to personal time, to give up my personal time, right? Is that what you're saying, Lisa? Right. All right. What else, guys? Go against my belief system. Absolutely. Work for little money. Yeah. See some of these boundaries starting to come up, right? All right. And some, you have more than these. You probably have more than one, right? So I want you to think about your personal values. And I have a term I like to call value boundaries. We have personal boundaries, we have professional boundaries, and then I have value boundaries. So we those out in the boot camp and in the academy. Those of you that are in the academy, we meet every Wednesday at 11 o'clock. So I'll be telling you guys about that a little bit later, and you guys will be talking about that, because sometimes even though you have boundaries, you don't think about them, and then it's hard to enforce them. It's hard to communicate them. So we talk about how to communicate and nicely enforce your boundaries. So non-negotiables, right? Things you don't want to do. Like, I have funny non-negotiables. Some of them are not that serious. Like, I will not work on my birthday unless you pay me like millions of dollars. But I just had my birthday and I was like, somebody actually wanted to hire me. Like, I turned down 3 different events that could have paid me a lot of money. I don't care. Just because my kids are on break, my daughter's birthday is on the 6th, and I just don't want to work on my birthday. I just don't. And guess what? I turned it down and something else came up. Oh, and guess what? Somebody changed their whole date just because I said I don't work on my birthday. They're like, well, what other date are you available? I'm available any other? Just go ahead and pick it. They're like, okay, what about the 1st? What about that? Actually, it's the one we're doing this weekend. They changed their date. They originally had on. I was like, oh, nope. Can't help you. So that's my boundary. That's my thing. Am I going to work on my anniversary? Absolutely not. I'm going to be checked in at a staycation or somewhere else, chilling and enjoying life. So you can have some fun boundaries. You don't have to be all serious. And let me tell you something. When you put the things that matter to you first, you show up better for yourself and your business. Do you guys know that? If I had to show up to that event on my birthday, I'm someone that keeps it real. I'm sure I would have worked real diligently, but I might not be happy inside. So it's better for me to show up my best. Somebody say my best. It's better to be your best. And if you put me in a position where I'm not going to be my best, I try not to do that, right? So somebody's texting me about stuff. All right. Anybody has that computer that the text comes through just while you're trying to do stuff? All right. Distractions everywhere. You see what I'm talking about? Okay, so boundaries. All right. So we have personal, professional boundaries. When you have boundaries, this helps you build your confidence. This is needed, guys. Building confidence is needed for what I'm about to talk about, because most of the things stopping people from charging their worth, upgrading their value, you can only work less and make more money if you charge more and do, so I'm going to teach you how to charge more and do less. That's the secret. Who's ready for the secret? I just basically gave it to you. That's the secret. But the problem is most people are like, cringing when it comes to charging more. Okay. You've got to value yourself and price appropriately. Okay. So how do you build this confidence to upgrade your value and to charge more and to upgrade your worth? How do you build this confidence? Remember, our worth is not determined by price. I mean, nobody can tell us how much we're worth because we're bought by a price. I mean, we're not worth anything that the dollar can buy, right? We have our own worth. Don't worry about it. So for right now, unfortunately, people want to put a price tag to what you're offering. So sometimes people are like, okay, have a problem and get stuck at how much do I charge for my services, especially when the services are not tangible. Do you know what I'm talking about? They're not a product. It's very easy for me to tell you that this cost, I might charge about $20 for this because I don't see anything spectacular about a notebook, right? But you want me to put a value on all of my life experiences, all of my education, all of my business experience, all of the successes I've had in life, everything I've been through in life, and you want me to put a price to that. And many times you're shortchanging yourself because think about all of the things you've been through in life. Think about all the experiences you have. Think about all the education you have. Remember, education is not just about formal education. We're talking about hard knock life education as well. You've been through stuff. And somebody wants you to coach them or mentor them through something similar that you've already been through, and you can save them tons of time, energy, heartache. Why would you shortchange yourself on that? And you're about, like, let's say a relationship coach or somebody let's say someone that knows how to like sustain their marriage and has figured out how to communicate effectively, has figured out how to overcome this. And then someone's struggling in their marriage and they're saying, oh my gosh, how have you guys been married for 50 something years? And you're still like this. They're like, oh, come on, let me teach you. Do you think that person is going to want to shortchange where they could save their marriage? Because they see that as valuable. You have something I need. You have something that you have figured out through time. So I can't buy 50 years. I could be only married for 10 years and you've been married for 50 years. Dang, that's 40 years of stuff that I need to know that you know. How much is that worth? And then we begin to put a crazy value on our own experience. Some of you guys are in fields where you have done stuff for a long time and you can do it in your sleep. But when it comes to starting a business about it or putting a price tag on it, you start charging low. You got certifications, you got experience, you got education, you got street smarts. Why are you charging low? And we're going to change that today. Somebody say today. We're going to change that today. One of the ways you build your confidence is investing in yourself. I was so proud yesterday, right up. My daughter's was, Mom, you really encouraged me in this session. And as soon as she was done, she posted something amazing on her group. That's when you come into the room and you start going into programs and things like that. You build your confidence. My confidence was built when I went to Texas. It's going to be built. You guys think I'm confident. You probably think I am. I am. I get even more confident when I go around like-minded people and get more coaching and more support. Like my confidence is even more on fire. So that's how you keep your confidence going. Okay. You have to put away limiting mindsets. You got to show up and put in the work. And you got to keep cultivating and developing a growth mindset. Somebody say growth mindset, which means you step out of the box, you do different things. You don't stay limited in your own thing. Once again, I said, be coachable, right? Some of you might say, some of you guys think confidence is taught? How many people think confidence is taught? How many people think so? So you learn some confidence. I do teach people confidence, but do you know what confidence is more of? Confidence is caught. When you begin to be in the room with someone that's more confident than you, it begins to like wear off on you. Whatever you want to be, you need to stay in the room with that, the same kind of thing you want to be. If you want to be more, what's the word I want to use? If you want to have less confidence, then you stay with people that don't have confidence. Then all of a sudden you're like, what you thought you could do it, but then you just started hearing them be negative, and now you're like, ooh, do I even know? Then you start losing confidence when you're around those people. Do you ever notice that? When you're around like negative people, do you ever notice like negativity starts to like flow a little bit? You have to work so much harder to be positive because their mindset is so negative, or they're such a pessimist. So if you want to be around, I like to be around people that are positive, people that are confident. Like if you don't have confidence, I'll pray for you and everything like that, but don't bring that on me. I'm gonna have I have the right to have my own confidence. Somebody say I have the right to have my own confidence. So sometimes I have to remove myself from atmospheres that are trying to bring my confidence down. I got to remove myself from atmospheres that are trying to, diminish me. Because I know I'm made for a purpose. I know that I can do things, but if you keep on beating yourself up and talking about everything around you and just, and sometimes it's like, you know what? You just stylishly find a way to decrease attendance in their presence, and you pray for them, you love them from afar and you help them, but you can't get sucked in. Okay. You can't get sucked in, because as you get sucked in, this affects your own confidence. Somebody say confidence is caught. Confidence is caught. Success is caught. It can teach you strategies, but you got to stay in the room. You got to stay around success. Remember the story I said one time that when I very, very first started my sales experience, I was 17 or something. And I went to this company and they said, all right, you guys are going to learn how to, you're going to do sales. And I never did sales before. I came from like working at TJ Maxx, Wendy's. I think I'm 17 years old. And I said to them, who is the best salesperson here? And they said, her name is Michelle. I said, okay. Can I sit next to Michelle? I'm like, okay. Sat right next to Michelle. They had this little headphone thing. I listened to everything she said, took notes. As I took notes, I started to come up with my own stuff. And I listened to her for like 2 days. And I said, who's the next best person? They go, Adrian. I sat next to Adrian. Did you know that I became the top salesperson in 6 months at the age of 17 years old? From there, they promoted me to a sales supervisor. I was like 18 years old and I was a supervisor of like 50-year-olds and stuff. It was crazy. And that's how my sales career started going, because I humbled myself, knew that I did not know anything about sales. And I didn't want to sit by the person that doesn't know sales. I'm like, who is making the most sales in this company? And I sat next to them. So when you put yourself in a room with someone doing what you want to do or more, someone that has achieved it before you, what do you think is going to happen? You begin to learn. You become a sponge. You're a sponge that's taking it in. It may not be right away, but the more you stay in there, that's why I'm happy to see some of you guys keep coming and coming back. Some of you guys are already in my academy. You're still coming back. Sometimes it hits different. It hits different, right? Even if it's the same thing, you're like, you just need to hear a few more times. Like I go to my mentor's master classes all the time. She might say the same thing over and over again, but it might hit me different every time. So it's very important that you stay in the room. Okay. You begin to catch your confidence. All right. And this is the reason why people get a trainer. Why do people get a trainer? Some people want to lose weight. It's just that stubborn 10 to 20 pounds. It won't get off me. Man, let me go get a trainer that's figured it out. The trainer that knows me, tell me what to eat, tell me what, I might be going to the gym every day and doing the wrong exercises. I mean, what's the point? Why not just go ask the trainer, what exercises should I be doing? Because I'm trying to lose weight or gain muscle or whatever. That's why you get a trainer, right? So trying to figure everything out, bump your head against the wall, make a lot of mistakes, waste a lot of money. Who knows how to do this thing? That's called the who. I'm all about the who. How to do something, I do not have time. Who knows how? I already went to school, bachelor's, master's, doctor, I'm done. If there's anything else that needs to be learned, I need to figure out who knows how to do it. Anybody with me? We're like tired of like trying to like, I'm always going to read books and articles and stuff, but somebody say faster, please. Faster and better. Like, please, I don't have time to make so many mistakes. So that is why people get a trainer. You want to run a marathon? You got to start training. You might enlist someone to help you. You've never ran a marathon before. If you want to start a business, you get a business coach. If you want to be successful, if you don't want to be a statistics, if you want to scale, you find someone that knows how to scale. If you want to build resilience, and maybe you just have a difficult time and you have one of those personalities that's just so difficult to build that resilience, you just don't have it in you, you begin to be around someone that's built resilience and that can teach you how to have more resilience, to have more confidence. There's no shame in the game. And you just keep doing it. And that is how you get better. Somebody say better. That is how you get better. All right. So, you guys feeling me so far? All right. It's impromptu. I'm going to stop right there because I don't want to keep on talking. And then I know there's a lot that I just said. Quick takeaways at this moment before I go to the next section. Nikki.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Tibi. So, anybody would like to give their takeaways or share their takeaways? As for me, yeah, the thing that hit me is when it says setting boundaries gives more confidence. And yeah, I just like the thought and the idea of it, because I guess it's when you set boundaries, you gain more confidence, you knew who you serve and what you serve. So yeah, this is important in upgrading your value. So yeah, yes, Melissa, go ahead.
That was amazing. Thank you. I love that last chunk just about going faster and better. But one of the lines that you said that really stood out to me, you said, when you put the things that matter to you first, then you will show up differently and you will show up better. And so I think it's like you were talking about yesterday, especially as moms, we're running around doing all kinds of different things. But when we put the things that matter to us the most first, then we're going to show up better in all those other areas. So that was a writer downer for me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Melissa. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for bringing that to our attention again. Yes. Anybody else? Kelly.
Go, Kelly.
We
Hi
pinning
there.
them, Nikki? Nikki, are we pinning them or no?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
go ahead.
pinned Kelly.
So yeah, what struck me about what you were saying is when you were 17 and you had your first sales job, you went immediately to figure out who is the best. You want to learn from the best. I love that. You know, that's the best strategy. Learn from the best when you're brand new. That way it'll accelerate us further and faster.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Kelly. Good to see you. Yes. All right, Lisa.
I like have to separate to elevate when you said that. So yeah, taking yourself and that, being what did I write down? The confidence is caught. So yeah, being around people that have done it and know how to do it. Yeah. So that stuck out with me that we just talked about.
All right. Give it up for Lisa. Thank you for sharing, Lisa. All right. Okay. I'm going to go into the next section and then we'll have takeaways again. So the next section is about being a premium person. Who's ready to be a premium person? All right. What does this mean? What does it mean to be a premium person? Remember when yesterday I talked about the root system versus the fruit system? How many of y'all remember that? So let me ask you, what does a tree have to do to bear apples? Anybody know? Anybody know what a tree has to do to bear apples? All it has to do is be an apple tree. All it has to do is be an apple tree to bear apples. It doesn't have to be an orange tree, doesn't have to be a lemon tree, just needs to be an apple tree. See, in life, you get what you want by being who you are. You have to be what you want in life. Right? That's how God set it up. Everything reproduces its own tree. You're not going to see lemons on an apple tree. You're not going to see oranges on an apple tree. So that's where you have to remember that my interpretation of this is you focus on who you are. Focus on what you need to do to bear fruit. If you want to charge premium prices, don't worry about what everybody else has to say. Let me tell you what you have to do. From that analogy, if you want to charge premium prices, you have to be a premium person. I'm telling you. You cannot give what you don't have. And you cannot produce what you don't plant. Let me say it again. You cannot give what you don't have, and you cannot produce what you don't plant. When I became a premium person, I'll tell you about the business again. When I, recently, in October was when I signed up. December is when I went to. It's recent, guys. I've been a premium person as in buying. I do buy bags and stuff like that. But when I realized that I've already spent money on my education, and I was like, I'm going to actually spend a lot of money on coaching and mentoring. This was a new shift for me because I do events, and I said, you know what, I really want to get into this coaching more and mentoring and speaking. And I said, you know what, let me invest in more coaching and training. So over the last 6 months, I have invested over $40,000. And I'm proud of it. Invested, not paid, invested in myself. And I'm bearing the fruit of it. Okay. Over the last 6 months, the reason I have the conviction to charge prices is because I pay those prices. So you can't tell me I can't charge 25, 40K, 50K, 7K, because I know I pay that for things. So if you want to premium person way, and this is the fastest way, one of the things causing us not to make a lot of money and to stay stuck is that we charge low prices is because we don't have the conviction to charge high prices because we have never invested in ourselves to pay something higher. You can only charge at the level of your conviction. So the fastest way to increase your conviction is to just bet on yourself, have faith in yourself, invest on yourself, and make that purchase of something that's investing in yourself. You will see your conviction go sky high. You're like, oh, I just spent 15,000, so definitely can charge, right? Because like the minute came on that first offer or whatever that they gave me, I knew that I could do this and charge 25K. Then I paid some more. And then I was like, I kept increasing my prices the more I invested in myself. Because if I am able to do it, I know someone else can do it. And I feel better now because not even did I already feel confident. Now I got more training and I could confidently and boldly say, I have paid this. Just what I'm saying? So you have to increase your conviction, okay? And your conviction increases as you invest more in yourself. Let me tell you about the wealthy mindset. A lot of us are doing it wrong. When I learned this, it was a breakthrough moment for me. Do you know that and I'm just for the sake of words, let me see. I don't want to say wealthy versus, should I say limiting? I'll just say limiting. I don't want to say poor. I feel bad saying that. Okay. Regular, ordinary people that don't understand this mindset, they think that money is like, they take money, they work, and then they pay for things, and then that's all. And then they work and they pay for things, and that's all. I didn't realize that wealthy people don't use their own money. Wealthy people invest, and wealthy people like turn money. Do you guys know that? They like take money from somewhere, invest it in this, it has a return, and then they reinvest it. Like, it's so crazy the way they do things. And that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm like, whoa, they basically let money work for them. They don't work for money. But the other way around, you work for the money, then you take it out, and then you pay bills, and then you're broke again. And it's just a crazy cycle. Whereas wealthy mindset, they look at a payoff versus a payout. The other mindset's always looking at payout. But the wealthy mindset says, what is my payoff? They always talk in terms of ROI. You guys know ROI, return on investment. They know that once they invest into something good, like a mastermind, a coaching, a mentoring, a business that's going to make sense, that they're going to get a return. Maybe not maybe not tomorrow, whatever, but they know. Do you guys know that if I turn around, I'll tell you guys something. I stopped being a teacher in 2014, and we started You Can't Beat This Party Rentals. At that time, everybody was like, what are you doing? I said, oh, I'm not going to come back next year. Well, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to start a business. Because I already had sophisticated creative event planning as a single mom. And then my husband came along, and then we're like, let's start a rental business. Because we had some chairs, like a few like raggedy chairs and some linens. And I was like, oh, I'll start a rental business. And I said, I'm going to start You Can't Beat This Party Rentals. And I went to Avondale, and I was right next to A to Z Party Rentals, the biggest party rental company. And here I come with my little self. Ooh, I'm going to start a rental company. I didn't care. So I go ahead and start the rental. Guess what I did? I took out my whole 403B, I think they call it then, from the teaching thing. I think it was like 60 something thousand. I feel so bad to say that amount because that's like, now I'm like, ooh, that's all. That's a lot of work for just that. I was putting a lot of years for just 60 something thousand. Did I think I was really going to retire on that? That's ridiculous. Anyway, I took out the 60 something thousand. Didn't tell my parents because they were I was older to do my own things, but my parents are like Nigerian. So they're like always still trying to give you advice. And so I was like, let's take out this 60,000 real quick. So I took it, put it in, we bought inventory and everything like that, because I knew that I would have a return on my investment. We start the business, we start going the first year and everything, we go the second year. Do you know now I can sell my business for about 20 times or more what I invested in it? And we've only been in business since 2014 for You Can't Beat This. In 2018, we launched Finer Details Luxury Events. So can you tell me that my return on investment is not good? Invest about 60K, I can turn around and sell my business for over $1 million, probably more than that. I need to really get evaluated. By the way, that's my plan. You guys don't even know the secret of building a real asset. You got to build a business and then turn around and sell it. Y'all don't tell anybody I told you. You want to love the business, but that's the real retirement plan. Let me tell you about that. Not working and getting a paycheck and sweating your whole butt off and just putting pennies in the retirement system. You want a real retirement system? Build a business that will last, build your valuation up, and sell that baby. And build another one. Secrets. So I can turn around and sell both my businesses. As a matter of fact, I'm planning to sell both of them separately. I'm still going to run Finer Details for a while because it's kind of a good moneymaker right now. And I'm actually creating another brand right under it because I understand this concept. Once I create this other brand, probably going to run it for a couple of years. I'm probably going to put about 20K into it. Probably not too much because I'm buying some stuff for it. And I'm probably going to sell it for another $1 million or $2 million. And I can confidently say that. So the mindset of the wealthy mindset understands the payoff. They don't ask questions. How much does it cost? They don't ask that. How much will I get in return? They understand that investments yield return. They understand the concept of investing in yourself. They understand the concept of betting on yourself, right? There's this thing I like to call your infinite return. Do you know what one of the greatest investments in life that you begin to get an infinite? I can never do anything without bringing the Bible up in here. So in John 3:16, God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. So that, right? And that's an infinite return that we are still living in. So that whoever believes in him shall have life and have it more abundantly, right? I'm probably mixing up scriptures right now, but you guys get the point. When you invest and bet on yourself, that was the greatest bet, betting on himself, putting himself down so that we could have a better life. What you are doing right now, what you will do now, because remember I said action takers are destiny makers. When you invest in yourself and bet in yourself, you are saying, I believe in myself enough to bet on myself, and I believe in myself enough to sacrifice, if you want to call it that, for my legacy. Because what are we doing all this for in the first place? Build a legacy to fulfill a destiny. So when you look at it that way, you stop asking questions of how much does it cost? When am I going to get this? You start thinking of in a place of an investment of your infinite. What does it mean when something's infinite? Infinite return. And don't get me wrong, you need to invest in things that make sense. Please don't be investing. I'm talking about investing in yourself, believing in yourself. And, when I told my husband, hey, I want to be a speaker and I want to coach and mentor, even though we already have a rental business and a event business, he not only did I believe in myself, he believed in me and said, okay, went to this 5-day challenge of my mentor, told myself the whole time not signing up. And I signed up on the 5th day. I signed up, sure did. And I said, turn around my husband. I said, it's about 25K right now. And he goes, what? So yeah, 25K, but guess what? I'm gonna be a millionaire. We're gonna be more millionaires. He's like, you're gonna be a millionaire? Yes, I guarantee you're gonna be a millionaire. It's like, okay. I was so excited. I pull out the credit card. It wasn't a credit card. It was I think it was a credit card. I had to call them because it was not going through. I was so excited. I was on the phone like, can you make a purchase? It's me. It really is me. So they cleared up. And it was funny because she was saying it the whole time that when you know you're doing something good and you're actually investing in yourself, you actually feel good. I was like so excited to spend the money. This is a weird feeling because I knew that I was going to get a return from it. I knew it was going to be infinite because I believed in myself. I did the work. I went to everything she said to do. I took my notes. I went to the lessons. I did everything. I began to find out where I could speak on stages. I began to do my own stuff. And let me tell you guys, I don't even know if I should share it. I probably will. That was in October, November, December. I went. This is December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Ooh, how many months is that? I am only sharing this just to give you guys some hope for starting something new. I have already having a successful business. I started my coaching in 2019, but then there was COVID and I only did like one event and then I paused it. It was called Above Only Women at that time. And I don't even know what I was doing then. And I paused it and then I went back to school and everything. So I restarted. And I said, okay, I want to start another. I want to start again. So I'm like, I want to start Help Her Thrive and Above Only Leadership and all this stuff. I'm giving you guys this story to let you know that even when you start something new, from that investment, I will say right now, I've at least 6x my investment in 6 months. Was I just sitting there? No, I was doing things. Y'all see me on this master classes and what do you call events? Yes. You see my emails? Yes. You got to put in the work. You got to believe in yourself and you got to do what you have to do. Now I'm ready to help you. And those of you, that's part of the program. Those of you that also want to be, because I know there's some people here that want to be speakers and coaches and stuff and want to put together your own kind of programs. I am going to help you. You see? So, and I have the confidence to say that because I invested, I took the time, I did the work, and I can confidently tell you that it works if you do what you're supposed to do because I took a bet on myself, spent the money, and I have right now, no lie, absolutely at least 6 times my investment in revenue. Not necessarily like in the bank at this moment, but in revenue and stuff happening and stuff. And I see it how I literally get motivated by sitting here pulling out my calculator. I've already calculated my income for 2024 because I'm going to have multiple streams of income. I have my courses and I'll do these and I'll do this. And so I'm already like, my brain is like, all right, let's go. And that's exactly the way I want you guys to think. Somebody say, let's go. Write it down, make it plain, make it happen, believe in yourself. You know, this is how you work less and make more money. One of the ways you work less and make more money is the next section I'm going to talk about, which is to go high before going low. So the reason I have to talk about being a premium person, because it's hard for you to go high when you don't understand how to go high. So you've got to go high to go low. Let's do a little exercise. Some of you in the academy, we did this a little bit, so I'm going to switch up the exercise a little bit. Let's just throw a real simple number out there. Is $500,000, is that simple? Okay, if you want to make is $500,000 a year okay for somebody to make? Are we okay with that? Okay, let's use that example. Because my goal is like $1 million, so I'm going to use half of that. People want to be a millionaire. I used to think people would just say millionaires and stuff. Now it's funny because I looked at my revenue in event business. We do over millions in event business, but I don't know why it doesn't hit me as much as this. Because I guess this is like my real passion is. So I feel like not only am I it's not about making money, it's about helping people. And I feel excited. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's exciting to do people's weddings and everything, but I'm just more exciting over here. So I'm going to use this business as an example. So my goal is like $1 million plus, but let's just use 500,000. Okay. If you want to make 500,000 in a year, which everybody says that's good, because that's actually very good. And your program costs $1,000. How many of your program do you need to sell for you to make the 500,000? Let's see who's the fastest here. How many of your program you need to sell? Dang, Melissa's fast. Okay, you got to sell 500 things in a year. That's a lot. Now, let's say your program costs $10,000. How many do you need to sell? Let's go. How many do you need to sell if your program costs $10,000? 50. Okay, I'm done for the day. Who wants to sell 50 versus 500? Come on, somebody. How many more vacations can you take? How many more naps can you take? How much more ice cream can you eat if you only have to sell 50? You're going to be on that phone forever selling 500. Do you see why you got to go high first? If you sell your program for 10,000, and I'm going to show you how in my program to create something that is like, nobody's even thinking, like, they're like, that's all 10,000? You can minimally get 10,000. But you have to put the right elements in it. And you only have to do 50. So let's say 50 divided by 12 months in a year, right? Let's make our own schedule right now. Let's see how long we're going to work for. All right. I only got to sell 4.16 people a month. I want to start hearing confidence. Lisa, shake it out. Everybody, let's go. Can you do it? Can you sell 4 things, 4 of your program in a month? Let's go, people. 4, how many days in a month? 30, February, you get 28. Come on, guys. You can show up for 4 days in a month. You can even show up for 1 day. See, some of you guys don't know, but I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. You only have to sell, is correct? You only have to sell 4 in a month at 10K. That's crazy, people. Once I figured this thing out, like this is like my new, I'm so excited because I did not realize. And let me tell you the quickest way to do it. The quickest way to do it is not one-to-one. How many of you guys are on this call? And don't worry about quantity, it's the quality. The right people are here. And the people are going to be listening to the replay and stuff. If you do something like a virtual event once a week, and you have 10 people come, and they said they like to, I think they said the statistics is like, let's even say you don't even know how to sell. Because first of all, I teach you how to sell my program. Like I told you guys, I'm a sales guru. And so I'm going to teach you my 4F sales formula and my 5C high ticket close system and all of that we're doing at the boot camp. Who's excited for the boot camp? You're going to be learning how to have a sales process, how to close leads and all that. We're going to talk about all that. So let's say you don't even know how to sell. And 10% of 10, how many people would buy your, let's say you have a program or a workshop or whatever you want to do, and your price is 10K. How many people do you have to sell for the 10K? I mean, in that, if 10 people show up. Put it in the chat. Come on, guys. Put it in the chat. How many do you have to sell? 10 people show up to your event. You have a program for 10K. And let's say the sales rate, like say your conversion rate's like 10%. How many do you have to sell in that event? Okay, let me help you all out. 1. Okay, thank you. Yeah, there we go. 1. 10 people show up. Do you think you could, out of 10 people, you can, with coaching and mentoring and training and being the bomb that you are, be able to convince one person to work with you, that you can transform their life, to learn from experiences that you have to offer? Do you think so? 1 person out of 10. So now you make 10K. And you say, oh, I'm gonna do that next week. How many weeks in a month? Most likely 4. So you do it. And the next week, you probably get more people in the room because now they start to hear how wonderful your thing is. Now you like posting replays and doing stuff. And so like you might get 15 people this week, next week, and then 20 people. And you see what I mean? And then just say you still sell the one. And then you sell another one. And how much did you make in that month? If you just sold one, if you did one kind of thing, if you did one event a week and sold just one of your 10K. So how much did you make in a month? 40,000. Is that okay with someone? Let's just say, you know what? I don't even feel like doing it every week. To be honest with you, Dr. Tubi, you might be feeling that, but I'm not. I'm only going to do this twice a week. So how many do we make? Is 20K okay a month for somebody? It's okay for me, even at this stage. Is 10K a month okay? You just were like real lazy and you just didn't even feel like doing nothing and you only sold one for the whole month. Is 10K still okay? Do you see what I'm talking about? But just imagine if you didn't have a 10K and all you had, what was the other one we had? Was it 100K or something? No. How much was the other offer? I don't even remember. That's how low it was. I don't even remember. So if you didn't have a 10K and you only had like a $500 thing, if you only sold one, then the whole month, all you made was $500. Right? So do you see why it's important to start high? You start high, and we're not starting high just because you feel like throwing it high. There's got to be value, of course, right? But that's how we show you how to make sure that there's value in what you're doing. So what you do is, like I said, when you upgrade your value, invest in yourself, you feel more confident, you're going to add value. When I'm in meetings with people, when I'm in coaching sessions, I'm telling you, I get emails, I get text messages. Thank you, Dr. Tubi. I got so much value from that. Do you see what I'm saying? So 1 hour, I know that 1 hour with me, I'm going to give you a lot of value. And if I'm going to spend one-on-one with you, you're going to get a lot of value. But even if you're one-to-many in a group session, you're going to get value, even from someone else's question. So you can't discount your value. So what are you charging for? All of the knowledge you've acquired for so many years, all of the experiences, all of your job experiences, all of your, everything that you have, that you've been through in life, that you're an expert in, and you're able to give this value. Sometimes you don't even know you have it. You're just talking. Like yesterday, I was surprised when I was talking about so much stuff, and I was like, man, where did I get all that from? And I realized I've just taught it over the years. Like, I don't even have to think about it. There's just like, yeah, you got to do this, you got to do that. It's just like repetitive in my brain. Whereas to someone else, they would never have thought about that. I can't discredit that. I'm like, I have so much knowledge of stuff that I didn't even know I have. When I just begin to talk to someone and they're like taking notes like crazy. And I'm like, what are they taking notes about? Because they didn't know that. Guess what, guys? You need to charge for that. You're allowed to charge for that. You're allowed to charge for giving someone stuff they didn't know and helping them go faster and helping them not make mistakes. You're allowed to charge for that. So there's this thing called high ticket. Somebody say high ticket in the chat. How many of you guys have heard of high ticket? There's high ticket and there's low ticket. In the academy, I teach you how to properly use the two. My students are going to use low ticket to attract high ticket. Okay? We're going to use low ticket as a lead magnet. Now, I have like the journal, which is like, and I didn't know this before I made the journal. I probably wouldn't have made the journal, but I still like the journal. But guess what? After these, I sell the remaining 500. I don't think I'm going to make more unless I feel like it. Now that I understand high ticket, I don't want to waste time on low ticket stuff. So you use your low ticket to bring in high ticket. And when you have a high ticket program, you don't have to do it one-to-one. You can do it one-to-many. And when you do one-to-many, if I was to sell just one of my 1,000 to one, or my 10,000 to one person, but what if I was able to sell my 10,000 to 10 people at the same time? Now I have 100,000. So that is when you say high ticket. When we say high ticket, remember when I told you about finer YCBT? Remember I called it, you can't beat this party rentals. And you can see from the name that was where my mindset was at. And our tagline was, we match and beat prices. So I was running around matching and beating prices and doing all this crazy stuff. And we're working our butts off. COVID hit, lost the revenue, start thinking, start setting minimums, started making packages, started saying, nope, I'm not doing nothing for less than 20K. Like my husband even thought I was crazy. I'm not moving an inch unless it's 20K. And I'm going to show you guys what happened. Not only did I believe in I already showed you guys that yesterday. I was like, let me look up something. I did some research yesterday. I wonder what happened when I went from low ticket to high ticket. What I showed you guys yesterday was what happened when I started putting all the systems in place. I wanted to show you a steel shot from March of one year to March of the next year. That's what I showed you guys. Remember that yesterday? So March, remember that was March. That's only 1, 2, 3 months. And normally in the event business, you have like a gap of time where you don't make as much because summer is hot and everything. So that March, we lost 140,000 of revenue. So that would have been, that's where we were when COVID hit. And then I implemented those systems and everything I'm going to teach you. That's in my resilient business blueprint. And then the next March, we basically tripled our revenue. But then I wanted to show you this real quick of what happened when I went from low ticket to high ticket. Low ticket, because remember, and it took me a while to realize that, wait a minute, low ticket, we were doing plastic chairs. Can you guys see this? Okay. I just want to show you this number. Do you see this percentage? 203%. This was a different month or something. I decided to pull it up. And I was just doing some more research, but I was like, wow. When, let me get out of here. So when I started to do the minimums and sell higher prices instead of lower stuff, we jumped 203% in that little snapshot. And I think I have more, and just too much research. You guys get the point. So this is proof that when you go high, so we stopped doing like $1 chairs. And I mean, we were like, our chairs became $12. We started focusing on the higher stuff. I started charging from I used to charge like $1,500 for coordination. And then I charged $5,000. And then I think I told you guys a story last time that there was a day I was walking into a meeting just a year and a half ago, I think, because I realized I don't really want to plan, but they wanted me to plan their wedding. I'm really good at planning, by the way. Anyway, I just don't feel like it because when the wedding is just oh, I don't know. Anyways, but I do what I have to do. So I walk into this meeting, and right before I walk into the meeting, I was like, I'm gonna make my prices 10K. And I opened the door and she says, how much is your planning fee? And I said, 10K. I left that meeting, walked to the parking lot, and they already paid the deposit. You understand what I'm saying? Because just increased my prices right at the door. No logical reason except for the fact that, wait a minute, planned this wedding for over a year. It's more than that. I'm doing other stuff now. You want me for a whole year planning the wedding? Do more. Do you see what I'm saying? Because I value my time. I got to sit here in meetings, go to tastings and all that. You're going to pay more. Now, if you want me to plan a wedding, I don't think I'm planning for less than 20K. I'm sorry. It's just a lot of work. 20K, period. So why are you able to do this? Because you have confidence, you know what you bring to the table, you believe in yourself. If I would have walked into that meeting and just said 5K, they would have paid it, and that would have shot myself in the foot. But I said 10K. So when you go high ticket, do you guys know how you're going to feel when you go high ticket? Do you feel like showing up better when you're making more money? How do you guys feel when someone's paying lower than your cost? Do you just feel real irritated? You want to show up, right? You want to be excited. You want to give your best. So that's why you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot, right? You can go faster this way. And what actually happens when you find someone charging less than what the average is? Because I see some people doing this too. It's why are you charging less than what people normally charge? Oh, it's it's a promotion. It's this and that. No. People, you lose trust when you do that. Whenever I see something that's less than the average, what do you guys do? I start to research the heck out of that. Why is that so cheap? Something is wrong. So you're doing yourself a disservice. You've got to at least charge what's on the market. That's why I had you guys do homework. And this homework is very important, guys. I think I saw 3 people do it. The homework is go in and see who's doing what you're doing or what you want to do. What are they charging? And, and the 4 things, because you got to know, and you can't just be in the market and be saying, you can't go buy a BMW. You want to go shop for a BMW. You don't know how much it costs. You come over there with $10,000. They're like, did you do homework? Because BMs don't go for 10,000. You need to know what things cost. Okay. So people expect to pay premium prices for premium value. If you want to attract higher clients, some of you, how many people want to attract higher paying clients? You don't want to attract the cheap people, like the people that don't want to pay. You have to be someone of value, of higher value, or whatever you want to call it, for you to attract that. Remember, you attract what you extract. So you have to know prices. You've got to walk in that authority. You've got to invest in yourself. You've got to pay those prices so that you can attract that. So, and let me tell you, there's a secret. 3 premium buyers only want 3 things. Do you guys know what it is? So many times we're wasting our time on the features, the tactics. Premium buyers do not buy for features. They do not buy for tactics. First of all, everybody pays for results. People buy for results. What is this going to do for me? So we don't spend time on the tactics and the features. And premium buyers buy for 3 reasons. This is like inspired by the Holy Ghost. I don't know where this just came to me. Like a lot of things come to me and I just like write it down. They buy for 3 things: speed, proximity, and results. Did you see anywhere that it says cost? Do they buy for cost? They don't buy for what, they don't ask how much is it. Speed, is this going to get me the results I want faster? Proximity to people, to things that's going to move my business, that's going to move the things. Results, how you got to focus on. Don't focus on the features. Don't focus on the tactics. They don't buy the longevity of the program. They don't buy that. Need proximity, results. Peace out. That's it. So what we're going to do when we do the boot camp is we're going to put in these elements into our premium offer so that when we go out there, we can confidently sell our 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 50K, 100K offer. Because you can confidently say, how many of you would like to bypass 20 years of misery in a marriage, learn how to communicate better with your spouse, learn what makes them tick, and learn how to have a long-lasting marriage? How many of you guys would like that in one weekend to learn how to do that? And people are going, I would. Perfect. We have figured out how to do that by this, this, and that. And in just one weekend, we're going to take you through all of those. And by the end of this weekend, you are going to have all of the tools, all the tools that you need to have a long-lasting marriage with great communication, spend more time with each other, and so that blah, 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 blah. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this text is just going out. Okay, so somebody that's having a struggling marriage and they realize that the result is, oh my gosh, I'm going to learn how to communicate better with my spouse. I'm going to have a loving marriage. These people have went ahead of me. They figured it out. They're not even asking you, how much is the program? Where do I sign up? Sign me up. They buy for results. They buy for speed. They don't want to waste 20 years figuring out and then getting a divorce or going through a headache and probably having health issues and everything just because they couldn't figure it out. I'm only using this example. There's a lot of other examples, but for some reason that example's in my head. But you guys see what I'm talking about? The speed is that you've already went ahead of them and figured some stuff out. The proximity is proximity to knowledge, to influence, to whatever. The results is what your program is going to give them. How is it going to make their life better? When you focus on these 3 things, you confidently go out there and you can make your offer, and they're going to be running to buy. You have to start shutting people down. I'm telling you, it works every time. Once I realized that this worked so much, and I started to put into this business, because I know it works for my other business, I'm like, wow, people are like chasing me down, and I'm always telling them, I'm not available. Take that same mindset and take it over here. It's the same concept. So, but you've got to believe it in yourself. Somebody say, I believe I can achieve this. Say, I believe that I can achieve this. Once you understand what it is, it's not rocket scientist. Begin to believe in yourself, then you can make it happen. All right, that was a mouthful. Takeaways. Let's go, Nikki.
Wow. Never fails to amaze me. So any takeaways, everybody? Would like to share? As for me, one thing that I really like, there are a lot of things that I like, but one thing is that when Dr. Tubi says that betting on yourself, you've got to believe in yourself and you've got to be your own cheerleader. So yeah, I remember this before. She always say that you've got to be your own cheerleader. So if you don't believe in yourself, so don't expect other people to also believe in you. And also when she said about this goals about what you wanted to achieve annually, and she said that this $500,000 thing, and what I realized in that is that when you set your goals, you've got to break it down, because sometimes it feels like, oh, is it achievable? But when you break it down, you realize that, oh, it's so possible. So yeah, so that's for me. And okay, Ashley, I saw Ashley.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, Dr. Tubi and Nikki.
Well,
Hey, so what really stood out to me, you had mentioned how the wealthy uses other people money, or other people money, like OPM. And so that is exactly what they do. I've been since maybe about 3 years ago, when I invested into a financial literacy course. That's where I've literally learned how to repair my own credit, build business credit, and structure LLCs. And throughout that process, I was just learning how the wealthy uses, they leverage other people's money by, acquiring 0% APR financing options. And so oftentimes their mindset is totally different. They operate from an abundant mindset. And so they look at the cost. I mean, they look at the value versus the cost. So when you give them a price, they kind of take the cost out of the equation. They look at the value, like, what am I going to get? Like you had mentioned, Dr. Tubi, like, what is my return on investment if I choose to move forward with investing in this opportunity? And so it's completely different. And then, like you said, you really have to have the conviction and the confidence to charge, because if you never paid it before, you're not going to have the conviction and the courage and just the willingness to charge something you never paid. And so I think that's very important. You really have to charge. You have to be willing to. Well, if you never paid it, you can't really charge something you never paid before. And all the previous investments that I have made has been by me, has been 0% APR financing. It's all the business funding that I was able to acquire. And I take the business funding that I acquire and I invest into mentorships to just expand my knowledge base and just learn information so I can go out and teach other women who want to start a business and learn how to leverage their credit and things of that nature. But it just starts from you. You ultimately create your reality. So if you honestly want to change your life and do things of that nature, you have to just start by changing your mind and operate from an abundant mindset, not a fixed mindset. So I think that's what I wanted to say. But yeah, everything you literally say is just everything I just stand on.
Ashley, she's got to be Ashley, we're gonna have to certify you. You're gonna start doing some teaching of some of this stuff. You are just, I love the way you just absorb and then just regurgitate it back. I'm just learning, it's proud teacher moment. You're oh, I just love when the students listen and can just
Yeah.
regurgitate it back. So thank you
Yeah.
guys. I know all you guys are doing that too, but I know, Ashley likes to always be the first one to get up there. So yeah, so thank you so much. We do appreciate that. Give it up for Ashley. Yes, yes, yes. All right, Melissa.
Yeah, I had two things that stood out the most. First of all, just I love that you shared how you went from your wedding planning, you went from selling it for 1,500 to 10K. That's like super convicting and inspiring. I really honestly thank you for sharing that, because I'm like, you just did it. And so that was huge for me. And then I love how you said premium buyers want three things: speed, proximity, and results. And this is a mindset shift for me. Like, they don't want the tactics, they don't want the features, they're not concerned about the longevity. It's just like, tell me the results that I'm going to get, how quick can I get there? And I that's huge. Yeah, huge for me.
Thank you so much, Melissa. That's keeping it to the point, and that was huge for me, because it was like, it came to me like that. It was like I said, my notebook. I was like, wow, this is deep. It was just like, he was like, Holy Spirit was like, let me tell you something. Why you over here working on features and working on stuff? They don't want that. You know what I mean? How fast? As a matter of fact, let me tell you another secret. Most premium people don't even want to be in stuff for so long. They don't. It's just, I just want to get it done. I just want to get it done. So yeah, thanks for that. Thank you, Melissa. All right, Kelly.
Oh, sorry. So your idea about like the weekly virtual events, I'm like, wow, I could do that. And it's like, it'll be so super simple, because I want to coach caregivers and also talk to like medical professionals who employ caregivers, and to help the medical professionals understand, okay, so the caregivers that they employ, need a certain level of just care themselves, that they probably aren't getting, through their job, or even outside of their job. So I want to be able to put together things and fill in, where the gaps are between like support for professional caregivers and family caregivers, if that makes sense.
Oh,
So yeah, I'm excited about that, because I'm thinking $10,000 per program, and if I could talk to, at least 10 people per week, and get a sale, that'd be cool. Wow.
Absolutely. For Kelly, yeah. And I'm gonna start something in the academy. I like, one of the things that motivates me. I don't know. I guess I'm a little competitive. I guess, and it's kind of works in business too, because I used to run track and field, and I'm competitive in a good way. I like to like give myself goals and reach them. I guess that's why I did the leaderboard and stuff like that. I just love stuff. It just motivates me. So one of the things I'm gonna do in the academy is we're gonna have like this little sales, like, what do they want to call it? Like a marathon. So after the boot camp, we're gonna put our goals at the boot camp. What do you want to hit? What's your price? We're gonna make our premium offer. What are you gonna hit? And how much do you want to make in a year? And then we're gonna keep like a thing. And for me, I find that when I see, because I remember when I was in that sales company, they used to have like this thing called hit your quota, and it was like every week there was like a thing where everybody's name was there, and you could see what percentage you're at. And I remember it would always be me and Michelle. Me and Michelle. Remember Michelle, the one I sat by? It would always be me and Michelle. And I know she was pissed. She was like, this lady thinks she is coming in here, learn from me, and now she's trying to overtake me. So every week it'd be like 2%. And I would go, it was funny because we worked in a call center. I would come in, I would drop my kids off, and I would come in like 2 days before, they call it cycle, 2 days before the cycle closed. And I would just get on the phone and do more sales. And then she would come back and she would think she was like number one. And then all of a sudden I was number one. And so then the next week or the next cycle, she would do the same thing. So sometimes we'd be looking, she'd be on the other side of the bay, and we'd be looking like, oh, she's here. But it was fun to me. We were friends. I mean, we ended up being friends, but it was just fun because it motivated me. And I was like, I found I made so much more money just being motivated by something. So like, I just want to be number one in the bay or something. And so I'm thinking, if any of you guys are motivated by that, I would love to do like a little thing where, can you just imagine, even if you're not, how much more that would push you to get your goals and sales? Even if you're like last, because there's no last, even if you're last, because to me, when I'm in a room with people that are like all making millions, and I'm trying to catch up to them, imagine how much more I make just being in that room. But if I'm in a room with people only making like 20,000, do you know what I'm saying? I'd rather be last in a room making 1 million than be number one in the room making 20,000. Does that make sense? So you just want to get in the room with people doing more, even if you're like, I don't know how I can hang with y'all. I don't even know you guys are doing, but the fact that the momentum is flowing, and then you start seeing people like, oh, I just made another one, sale. I just like, that was so much momentum. We had this bay, and we used to be like, I used to have a microphone and I walk around, I was a supervisor, and I used to motivate my employees. I used to be like, first person to 20 sales goes home, $100 for, and so it was so crazy. It was like a high tech, like a high, what's that thing called? It was crazy sales, by the way, because it was like a phone company. But we would go sale, sale, and it was like there was so much momentum. Every time someone said sale, you turn around and be like, oh, I'm about to get a sale. And you'd be like, you just sale, sale. So it was like, felt so fun. So I feel like doing that in this environment with like, okay, in the little group, someone's like, I just sold my 10K offer. And then we're like, yay. Someone's like, I just sold my 5K. And then you just keep that momentum. And I just feel like that will help, just so you don't feel like you're alone. You just feel that momentum. And you just feel like when you stay in a community where people are like, talking about, even if it's not progress, and they just want advice, or they're just, oh, this happened, I learned from this. Staying in that community motivates you. So that's why it's very, very important to stay in a community where like-minded people are doing the same thing, so that you can keep going and going. And then don't be afraid to say, okay, you know what? I think I'm going to join, the momentum, and say, okay, now this week I'm going to work a little bit harder so that I can say, oh, I made a sale. Do you know what I mean? And that will help. That will help. How many people think that will help? Think that will help a little bit of momentum? Yeah, I think so. I think it will help. Okay. All right, Kelly, is there anybody else? All right. Thank you guys for your takeaways. So we're going to be having a different kind of VIP today. Everybody's a VIP. We're going to ask questions. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we have to offer and the program and how we can help you. And then you can ask questions. Okay. But before we do that, I want to talk about one of our greatest assets. Like, we are our greatest asset, but one of our other greatest asset is time. Somebody say time, right? And the thing about it is that money is replaceable, but time is not. So every month money replenishes, right? Like, you go to work, you make some money, you can always replenish your money. Is that correct? If you didn't have money today, you could probably have money tomorrow. It's like always replenish. But guess what? Time does not replenish. Whatever you lose today, you can't get back tomorrow when it comes to time. So it's very important that we understand that you can spend months and years of valuable time trying to figure out something, but you'll never get that time back. That's why I said the premium people and the wealthy people, they understand this concept. They like to go faster. They don't want to waste a lot of time. They may not have a lot of time, sometimes even live. Sometimes they're older. Sometimes it takes them like many, many years to figure out they want to do something different, and they don't have so much more time to waste, right? Or maybe they have to wait till their kids went off to college, or there's just lots of wasted time. So when it comes to these kind of things, time is a great asset. So how many people do appreciate getting to the point, knowing what to do, and not wasting a lot of time? Is there anybody in the house that appreciates that? Like, not bumping their head against the wall and trying to figure this all out, taking years and months just to waste money. You can't get that time back. You might be able to replenish the money you lost, but you can't get your time back. Okay. So it's very, very important that, and even with procrastination, we go back to that evil P. When you procrastinate, you waste time and you can't get that time back. So you're also losing when you spend so much time working on low ticket. I'm going to make that low product. You spend energy, you spend resources, and you can never get that time back. So you want to get that time back by investing and focusing on what's going to bring you the most return on your investment. Going high, faster, focusing on buying back your time. What are we going to do with this time that we get back? Spend time with our children, go on walks, do those doctor's appointments that you've been putting off. This is how you prioritize mental well-being, your self-care, how you spend time with your family. Stop focusing on the things that are not bringing you return on investment. Stop focusing on the low, low, low. Go high so that you can work less and make more money. That's the truth. When I told you I'm going to tell you how to work less and make more money, that's it. If you don't believe me, I'm telling you, just have faith and go with the ride. I'm telling you that it works. Go high, have a program that makes sense, that brings value, and charge your worth and charge higher for it. Sell one to many of it, work less, and make more money. It's a very simple formula, guys. Like, it's even more simple than you think. We overcomplicate a lot of things in life. We want to sit down and make a whole course that has 2,000 pages, all the details, 100 chapters. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to read all that. Just tell me what I need to do, please. I don't know about y'all. That's how I am. I'm like, when I say a lot of documents, I'm like, my head hurts. Like, I already wrote a whole dissertation and I'm not interested. Okay. Like, I don't want to read nothing else. I will read real short. Like, I will read for leisure and I like to read, but I don't want to read if you tell me that I want to get you, I want a result, I want to do this. And if I pay for a program and you give me like a whole thing to read, I can read as a supplemental thing, but you better tell me and show me how to go faster, because I'm not going to sit here and read this whole thing just to figure it out. Anybody with me? So that's what I'm saying is, when you understand this, you have the confidence to sell your program, because you're going to give these people what they want faster. Somebody say faster. And remember, when you're operating in your zone of genius, we're going to tap out what you have. What is the gifts you have? Operating in your zone of genius, some of these things you already know, you don't even know you know them. Somebody else does not know them, and they're willing to pay for that. And they don't want to read 10,000 chapters to figure it out. They just want you to tell them and help them, coach them. Okay? So that is really, really important. So now I'm going to give you, and I gave this, the reason I decided to do this, because somebody was like, go to the 7 tips again. And I think you guys saw it in the welcome video, but I shared these 7 powerful tips in one of my things. And some of you guys might have heard it, but you might want to write it down again. How many people want to know how to scale faster from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 figures? How many people want to know that? These are 7 tips. And then after that, I'm going to go into the step-by-step system, which is my resilient business blueprint. Okay. I'm going to go fast on these 7 tips because I've already said it before. And I'm just like, someone was like, 7 tips. I'm going to go over it. Okay. 1, build your personal resilience. We'll never back down from it. The foundation is not right. Can't build a home on a faulty foundation. Build your personal resilience. Number 2, become a visionary leader. Learn how to delegate. These are like sub of number 2. So I'll say something and then I'll go off and learn how to delegate goes with becoming a visionary leader, finding your who, and strategic planning. That is the second phase of the resilient business blueprint. Upgrade your value. Be selective and clear on who you serve and who you don't serve. Very important. You will waste a lot of time focused on people you don't serve. Have price minimums. You must have a minimum. Sorry, I use words like must and stuff, so just please forgive me. You can do whatever you want, but this is the way I talk. Having a price minimum sets you free from burning yourself out. Working for pennies and regretting your life. You just spend hours and hours on something and you didn't make any money. Okay? Elevate your environment. You elevate your environment by modeling money makers. Be around people you want to be like. Be around what you achieve, what you want to achieve. Do you want to be broke? Be around broke people. You want to be rich? Be around rich people. You want to have confidence? Be around confident people. You want to be positive? Be around positive people. Very simple. Iron sharpener iron. Wherever you find yourself it's caught. Remember? Things are caught. Step out of the business and hire a team. Stop working on the mundane things that are not moving the needle forward. Stop sending manual emails. Stop counting documents. I don't even know what all the mundane tasks are. Hire out and do the things that matter for moving your business forward. Create systems that can easily be followed and repeated. Do you know that we spend a lot of time wasted on retraining people? Just because you didn't, if you have to train someone like 10,000 times, 5 people, the same thing, why not just create a system for it? Stop saying the same thing over and over again. That's what we're going to be doing at the boot camp. Those of you got the email, come with your laptops, come with your things. We're creating systems. Somebody say systems. We're going to look at what your business is going to be doing on a daily basis. What can we create systems for? Okay. The last one, and I already beat it over the head earlier. Learn the art of closing high ticket. Invest in sales training for you and the team. Now, when I say learn the art of closing, what I was talking about earlier was having high ticket. There's a difference of having and closing. You can have it and then just be sitting there. You've got to learn how to close the high ticket. I have a 5C high ticket close system that we'll be training at boot camp. There's ways, and like I said, sales is actually one of my biggest zone of genius. And talk about why people buy and psychology behind it and how you can properly, first of all, create your premium, jaw-dropping program, offer, whatever, how you're going to position it, what you're going to say, and how to overcome objections. So people think that people do have objections, but you can overcome them even before they have them. So these are 5. This is the high ticket close system. You got to have a high ticket and then you got to close on the high ticket. Conversion rate, very important. So that was 7. Once again, it was build your personal resilience, become a visionary leader, upgrade your value, elevate your environment, step out of the business and hire a team, create systems that can easily be followed and repeated, and learn the art of closing high ticket. You will scale faster than you know if you follow those 7 and follow them diligently, invest in yourself, and take time to do it right. So if you want to have a business success and you want to build, you got to, like I said, build your foundation. All right. How many people has got a lot so far? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go into the 6 stages of the Resilient Business Blueprint. Like I said, this is the foundation. How you build yourself up determines how you show up in your business. All right. And how you show up for your family. We cannot be running on exhaust. How many of you guys like to wait till your gas tank is empty before you fill it up? Tell the truth. How many of you guys like, do you feel good when it's empty? Like when you have somewhere to go, just looking at the empty tank, how does it make you feel? Running on empty? What about the people that like to have a full tank always? There's like opposite spectrum. I like those people too. I like the other people too. But you see, when you run on empty, there's anxiety. There's, oh my gosh, is my gas going to run out? But when you're on full, let's take a trip over there to Mesa, Chandler, Queen Creek. Those of you in Arizona know what I'm talking about. Because you feel confident that you have a full tank that's going to get you there. But when you have an empty tank, you begin to panic when there's no gas station around. That is why you must build your personal resilience before you need it. You must build your personal resilience before you need it. You're not waiting until all hell breaks loose, everything's everywhere, and then you're like, let me build resilience. It doesn't work like that. Resilience is a proactive measure. So the 6 steps, the 6 stages of the Resilient Business Blueprint. Nikki, go ahead and share the screen. Who's ready to learn the 6 stages? I'm excited. So I already talked about personal resilience. Nikki's going to share the screen, and I don't even know if I can see it. Can you make it bigger by any chance? Okay. So we have personal resilience. Okay, we have visionary leadership is the 2nd stage. The 3rd stage is best practices and systems. Best practices and systems. This is where you create the systems that can run on repeat in your business so that you can work on your business, not in your business, and you can have more time. What are some of the best practices that your business are going to have and things like that? Next, automation. At the boot camp, we are going to be implementing. Somebody say implement. we're going to be implementing the 6 stages. And those of you that saw the calendar, like I'm a planner, so I already like told you like what's going to happen. I think I sent a revised one. Tuesday, we actually go to Chateau Lux for the tour to meet the multimillionaire Miss Deepika. And we have a business Q&A with her. We changed it because she was actually only available Tuesday. So we're going to go Tuesday instead. Then we come back. So make sure you look at your calendar, what we're doing. But we're going to talk about her visionary. We're going to see her as a visionary leader. And we're going to talk about, so we're going to learn examples. I'm a big believer in seeing examples, learn examples, and then implement. So we're going to be implementing, and I think I already shared with somebody that asked, what are some of the platforms we're going to be using? We are going to be using some platforms. So be tech ready. You know, it's not very techy. I'll show you as you go, but we're going to be doing some of the automations in the boot camp, because the whole point of it is for you to do some things and have some things ready to input into your business. Then the 5th one is increased value. This is one I've been talking about. We're going to create a premium offer, okay, so that you can increase the value, so that you can make more money in your business. And then asset protection. This is so important because this talks about your legal structure, domains, patents, your website. Like this is some people think this is the boring part of it, but you cannot have a business that's resilient without having this. So first of all, you start with your foundation, which is your personal resilience, because if you don't have what it takes to show up, your business can't run. And if you build your resilience, you can show up better for yourself and your business. And then if you build a business with best practices and systems and automations, then you can actually, even if you're having a bad day or you just don't feel like showing up, then your business still runs. So it goes together because the business is not dependent on just you. Okay, you can stop sharing. So those are the 6 stages of the resilient business blueprint. All right. And like I said, it's going to be an implementation where you actually get to put things together. One of the biggest areas is the visionary leadership. Is like when I say hiring a team. So in the program, we give you a list where you can actually pick a vetted VA from the list, and we train them, put them in a group training, and we train them on the sales process, overcoming objections, how to lead generation and all that, so that your business, you can actually utilize this virtual assistant to help you make more money in your business. How many people think that'd be helpful? And you don't even have to worry about training them yourself. I train them with my sales experience, and then so it's like you pick the one you want, we interview them. And some people were supposed to be doing this before, but we decided to do it after the boot camp. So what we'll do is you'll say, okay, I think I want to pick from these 5 VAs. We'll put them on a group Zoom. First of all, we're going to create a job description. Does anyone have a job description made for their business right now? For if they were to hire someone? Okay, we're creating that at the boot camp. I'm going to give you guys a template so you can start working on it. If some of these you want to work on it before you get there, I will show you my job description that I have. It's very detailed. So you're going to create a job description following the template, and then we're going to put it out there for what you're looking for, because this is all part of delegation. We don't even know how to delegate because we don't even know what we want, because we don't even have anything out there. We don't even have any, like, we're just all over the place. So job description, hire the person you want, make sure they have the right skills, train them, place them in the business. Okay. So that's all part of the visionary leadership. So you begin to you're on that 4th level, you're on that level of communication. You're not on the implementation level. Because one of the main causes of burnout is turnover. When you turn over and you keep turning over, when they're properly trained and people know what's expected of them. How many of you guys have ever worked somewhere where you don't even know what's expected of you, and it's so frustrating? You want to know what the expectation that you're supposed to be doing. Okay. This costs small business. A lot of small business owners don't treat themselves like an organization. They just wake up and start a business. They don't think of job descriptions. They don't think of systems. They don't think of training, onboarding, none of this. This is why I came up with this. Not only are we going to be doing this, you're going to be creating onboarding systems for new hires. We're going to future pace this. Don't say, oh, I don't have nobody yet. No, we're going to have people. Speak in faith. We're going to create onboarding system and training manual for new people. So when people come in, let me tell you, Nikki started. Nikki, how many videos did you watch when you started? Unmute.
A lot.
Nikki's only been with me for a month, a little over a month. Do you know how quickly I got her going? Because I have videos for everything, training manual. All I did was say, Nikki, here, everything is here. How to send an email, how to, you have it all. That was part of what I did when I was writing my dissertation. I created this stuff. And to be honest with you, I let my other person that worked with me create it. I created it, but she did the video. Empowerment. One of the biggest keys is how being a visionary leader is how to empower others, delegate and empower. A lot of times people don't know how to do that because they don't know how to communicate down what they want. I'm going to give you communication coaching, how to communicate to employees, how to train them to do, how to have them work efficient, productivity. Does anyone ever had any lean management, lean 7 or any kind of training like that? I am a very efficient person. So let me just show you an example of my business, my event business. Everybody has different leadership styles. Someone in my event business, and I won't say their name, has this kind of where everybody comes together and does the same thing at the same time. I might get there because I only show up. I do the vision, the floor plan. I meet with the client, do the vision, the floor plan, tell them what is going to go for the event. I show up to check everything, make sure it's executed right and stuff. But I don't show up I do show up but I don't really, I'm just there making sure everything's done right. I might get there. I always schedule like time for the guys to offload the truck, then times when the people are going to come set the table. And then, so I always schedule like that. So by the time I come, I'm coming to see the work. By the time I come, I look and I'm like, why is people right here? And they're like, oh, we're all doing this. I'm like, it doesn't take 5 people to do this. All right, you over here, you over here, you over here, you over here. And some people and there's no offense to anybody, some people don't know how to do that. So the reason why there's 5 people over there is because the person leading them doesn't know how to delegate. The only thing the person knows how to do is watch me. So I have learned over many years of training and being in corporate and sales and having a degree in organizational leadership to train people how to be organizational leaders. So now I'm training small business owners how to treat their own small business like an organization and be able to communicate down. This is going to be such a game changer. When you know how to communicate your vision and let other people do it. Oh my God. Stop doing everything. Communicate. And the problem we have is communicate. So I'm going to have you guys sit down at the boot camp, write down daily tasks of what we're going to do, how we're going to communicate that to someone else, and we're going to create systems, best practices and systems for the company, your company. This is how you build a multi-million-dollar small business. Miss Depika that you're going to meet is a small business owner, but she's a multi-millionaire. He has a CEO. You're going to meet him as well. You guys are going to have a Q&A session with Miss Depika and Ben Ostro. Multi-millionaire small business owner. And you can be that. Why? Because she has a team, because she delegates. And we're going to teach you guys how to do that. Very important. It causes burnout when you're the only one doing everything. Everything in your business that can be automated, we're going to automate. Emails, inquiries, follow-ups, responses. So when I say that, I love going to workshops where I get things done. Somebody say things done. Not a whole bunch of talking, get things done. We're going to talk, but then we're going to do. If you guys, those of you that got the schedule, you see that says implementation, implementation, implementation. There's a session for training, and then there's implementation. Training, implementation. You guys have your rotations with Dr. Minnie at the AI, but we're going to get things done. So please be prepared to get things done so that you can come back and implement these things into your business so you can start making strides and making money. Every business I've ever started makes profit the first year. I don't know anything about not making profit the first year because you have to set it up right. If you start wrong, it's going to take forever. But this is the best way. Those of you that are starting businesses, I'm so proud of you. This step that you will take at this boot camp is going to be a huge major step for you because you don't have to wait until you already have a business that's messed up to start implementing this. You implement these things first. And whether you use them right away, the minute you hire someone, won't it feel so good just to be like, oh, here's my training onboarding system. Go ahead and just watch these videos and let me know what your takeaway is. It's so funny. Nikki, when I sent her the thing, I'm like, Nikki, watch this, watch that, and send me back. She sends me like voice notes and she sends me like whatever. And so that is how I delegate to her what to do, tell her what to do. She watches the video, she gets them done. And then I make sure she understands. I always tell her like, give me a summary of what you understood. And then after that, she goes and does the piece. I want to stop wasting time on redoing stuff, right? So once things are clearly communicated, people will do things right. So this is a huge thing. How many of you guys want to be a better leader in your organization, your company? Be a better leader. So part of it is training you how to properly set things up, give people proper tasks, communicate properly to them, empower them. But when a lot of times when people are lacking that in themselves, they don't know, they can't remember, you can only give what you have. So it's very hard to give this to another employee or tell an employee what to do when you don't even know, right? So when we sit down at the boot camp and say, okay, what is the things you need to do in your business? Write it down. What's step 1? What's step 2? What's step 3? We chunk it out. Let's create a system for that. And I have some really cool platforms available for you guys. And I'm not going to share it, but it's so exciting. Apps and things like that that we can use for task management and to make things better. So this is part of what's going to help you to be able to spend more time with your family, for you to be able to, have things in place so you can take a vacation. I took my whole family out for a vacation on my birthday weekend and the business was still running. And even if I have to close a couple of days, it's not affecting me, right? Because things are set up. Emails were coming in. There's a responder. There's a job form. You fill it out. We get back to you. Things like that. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't have to kill yourself just because you have a business. You don't have to be slaved to your business. You can enjoy your business. Somebody say enjoy. You can enjoy. See, when we take care of ourselves, we prioritize our self-care, we set our boundaries, we invest in our personal growth, and we build our resilience, we become resilient, right? This leads to a life without burnout. Without overwhelm. You have more motivation, more energy, more focus. You have time freedom, right? What can you do with more time? Time to spend with your partner, time to spend with your children, time to rest. How many of you just want to rest? Time to do the activities you love. Time to work on maybe you want to do another business. Time to work on your business goals instead of the mundane tasks in your business. Time is a valuable asset that you can never get back. You become a better version of yourself. You show up better for yourself. You show up better for your loved ones, for your business. Proverbs 23 says, surely there's a reward, and thy hope shall not be cut off. So for everything that you're hoping for and you're doing, you will not be cut off. Put in the hard work. And when you put in the hard work, stop making excuses, become an action taker, go from barely surviving to purposely thriving. Who is ready to purposely thrive in their life, in their relationships, in their business? You can thrive. You've got to put that on and say, I am ready to do that. You've got to put in the work. If that's me, drop a me in the chat. If you are ready to stop making excuses, ready to start taking action, ready to purposely thrive, ready to stop, having a limiting mindset, ready to think like healthy mindset, ready to just do what I need to do for my destiny. Who's an action taker? If you're an action taker, drop action taker in the chat if you're an action taker. Absolutely. Yes, I want to see it going. I want to see it fly. Action taker. It's what you say is what you will be. What you say is what you will be. All right. All right, guys. Any questions so far before I tell you officially how all this works? Any questions? Okay. So how many people are enjoying this so far? Okay, you're enjoying this so far? Okay, well, good. Yes, someone's saying me. All right. So many of you guys are asking, okay, Dr. Tubi, you've given us so much. I don't even know what to do with myself. What's next? Many of you are asking that question. So is it okay with you if I just share with you more about the program I've been talking about? So if I just officially share with you, so no more surprises, you just know what it's all about? So drop a me in the chat if you say yes, say it's okay, whatever. Okay, good. I see some waves. All right. So basically, what we have is, I want to share with you a program that we have that helps you build or scale systems in place so that you can enjoy your life. Does that sound amazing? Like, does that sound like something you want to do to enjoy your life? Just put systems in place, actually take that vacation. So make sure you're taking notes. All right. I'm going to share like a little PowerPoint and I'm just going to talk to you guys for a minute. So many of you guys are, excuse me, already coming to the boot camp. Raise your hand if you're already coming to the boot camp. Okay. So what we have is the Resilient Business Boot Camp. It's coming June 23rd through the 26th. Okay. And I'll share the little visuals in a minute, but I just want to tell you what it's all about. We're going to implement the 6 stages of the Resilient Business Blueprint. Now, you all get this lovely in color book, but we're going to implement. This is just a guide. So when you go back home and everything like that, and we'll go through some parts of it, but we're going to implement, all right, the 6 stages so that you have repeatable systems, solid sales process in place for you and your team. Remember, a team is only 2 people. All you need is 1 more person. And remember, you get to pick a vetted VA from our list. So you already have a team. So you can implement these repeatable systems and the sales process for you and your team. So we're going to give you strategies to build resilience so that you can launch or scale your business without sacrificing time with your loved ones and without sacrificing your mental well-being. How many people like that? Scaling without sacrificing. Okay. So we're going to spend 3 lovely days together, and I'll go over the agenda in a little bit. And after our time together, you are going to be set up to focus on growing your business rather than working in the trenches of your business. All right. So how many people like that so far? I mean, think about it. Just imagine you'll be able to attend conferences, have leisure activities while your business is still running. You'll be able to close more leads on autopilot when we set up your automations. You'll have a solid sales process in place. You'll be able to spend more time with your family, go on more vacations like I just went on, be able to sleep and take a nap if you want. I'm not a napper, but you can take it. Don't bother me. I'm napping. This is running. What you want? All right. So that sound. So take a nap in the middle of the afternoon. Like, all right. So, like I said, what you're going to get at this 3-day boot camp is 3 days where we're going to implement the thing. And guess what? Because I know that sometimes many of you guys are starting a business or relaunching or going into something new. Sometimes people still need help because they attempt to launch or scale. They get frustrated sometimes because they try to do it with no assistance. They waste time looking for the wrong information, or they have no solid strategy in place. They end up doing all the wrong things at the wrong time. It doesn't move their business forward, and it drains them emotionally and physically. So that's not going to be us because we put things in place for that. We don't want you to lose time or lose resources or money. So that's why we've also put the 3-day accelerated workshop together, which is a Resilient Business Bootcamp. Also, you get 12 months. Man, and this is the last time I'm doing 12 months, guys. So I'm just letting you know. 12 months of mentoring and coaching in the Thrive Resilient Leadership with me and team. And in the academy, the Thrive Resilient Leader Academy, we meet every Wednesday, 11 o'clock. I'm bringing in guest speakers all the time. Next week, we have Dr. Minnie. We have someone coming to teach us how to do podcasts. We have someone helping us with YouTube. We have someone helping us with, I'm always bringing in guest speakers. So it's going to be an awesome time to be in the academy. You get 12 months of mentoring and coaching and leadership. And that's cool because not only are you going to be in there with your business, we're going to be like, hey, do you have any questions? You get the weekly Q&As. You get, how can we support you in your business as it growing? Strategies, learning from one another. We're not going to leave you hanging. You're starting a business, we got you. You're launching a business, we got you. You want to cruise on your business, we got you. 12 months of leadership, of coaching, mentorship, and support. Okay? How does that sound so far? All right, Nikki, can you take that out? I don't need that. Thank you. Take that out. I don't need that. Thank you so much. Yes. All right. Thank you so much. So then we are also going to, let me just show you guys what you get because I'm getting excited. The link will come in a minute. That will be the book a call link. So just wait for my instruction on that. The book a call, like, just so you know, this has already been booked out a little bit, and I only had 10 spots because I want to give each business owner enough time. I only have 3 spots left. If you know that you want to come, it's June 23rd to 26th. It's in Scottsdale, Arizona. I also have virtual options. I have 3 physical spots left. I have virtual options. It's kind of cool to be virtual, but then it's really cool to be in person. We got the welcome reception, celebration dinner, and all that. And I'll show that to you guys. So if you know that you want to do it and you haven't secured your spot, Nikki will drop the link in a minute. Don't drop it yet because I'm going to give a fast acting bonus. And I don't want people to miss out on their bonus when you drop it too soon. All right. So let me share with you the screen so you can see what you actually get. Because I like visuals. How many people like visuals? I like to see what I get. Like talking is good, but seeing is better. All right. So give me a minute here as I share my screen. Oops. Of course, when you want to share, that's when everything disappears. Okay. Share. Okay. All right. Can everybody see that? Can everybody see the screen? Okay. So, oops. 3-day boot camp. Remember that system I was talking about that helps me with my personal resilience based on my study? You get that too. This is going to end up being in the academy now because I want to maximize implementation time, but you will be getting a workshop with Dr. Rachel Bailey, Freedom Friday Formula. She's a global executive and global leader at Honeywell, and she has mastered how to advocate for yourself at the workplace and also implement self-care so that you can manage your life better. So you'll get a workshop with her. You're going to be getting the 4F sales formula training with me so that you can learn how to overcome objections like a boss and learn how to have your sales process. This will be a live training at the boot camp. We're going to be having implementation sessions. So like I said, you have the virtual assistant on training videos and manuals, your sales process. You'll create your premium offer, which we started working on last week. And we're going to make sure to continue that. And you'll complete your own individual resilient business blueprint. Okay, we are going to be meeting some multi-million-dollar people for guest speakers to some questions, their brain on how they implemented their business. And then the fun stuff, you get breakfast and lunch each day. For the welcome, Sunday is the welcome reception at the hotel. Be at the Scots 6 o'clock. We'll have a welcome reception and networking. And then the next day we'll be meeting, and all of that is on the document, like very detailed locations, times. Meet in the lobby each day for us to carpool to the location. And then we'll have our schedule. And we will have a celebration dinner on Wednesday at Tommy V's. And so I've already reserved that, some lovely restaurant. And we're going to have a tour of Scottsdale, and you guys will all be getting your own photos. And this is the only time, just so you know, I wanted to change the offer, but I couldn't change it because I already had some people in it. So this is the only time, the next time I do this round, the next round of boot camp, I won't be offering photos. So you will be getting photos to use for whatever you want to use. And see how this was 12 weeks before? You get 12 months now. So you get 12 months in the Resilient Leader Academy in sessions, and we're still working on the where you can actually access it. So basically everything, the recordings and I will launch for that when you can go in. You just sign in, but basically you jump on Zoom every Wednesday at 11 o'clock. That is when we have the sessions. But if you want to come back and learn more, let's see where there's more stuff. I think business. Not wrong one. Let's see. Which one did you do? Was it leadership? Okay, it was leadership. Huh. Okay. Okay, maybe I didn't log in as a student. Log in as Nikki. Okay. So anyway, but right now they're live sessions. So the recordings will be updated over there. And we will have some, after the boot camp, we'll have some follow-up and accountability sessions just to see how your premium offer is going. Where you need support and things like that. Some role playing with some of the sales that we've already done. And we'll have those bi-weekly group coaching calls and weekly office hours. We'll be posting those. This is specifically for the people that join the boot camp. So you have the Thrive Leader Academy, and then you have this separate just to kind of help you with your business. Once again, the list, you're going to pay your VA, but you get to pick the VA, and then we get to train them, and then you put them back in your VA. This saves you tons of money. Dr. Minnie will be there. For those of you that come in at the full offer, you will have section with Dr. Minnie where she's going to help you with your social media ads, using AI, attracting your ideal client, creating your ad campaign and things like that. She will be in the academy next Wednesday. Make sure you don't miss that. This coming up Wednesday to start the training in the academy. And then we do have some resources available at your disposal. Business lawyer, 1 session, bookkeeper, 2 sessions, business mentors as needed, tech assistance. Now the tech assistance does not like, we can't do a lot, like tech assistance is just like a general tech assistant. Just let me put that caveat out there. Not really a techie person like that, but like, hey, I don't know how to do this. We'll try to get you as much assistance as possible. Plug and play templates. We have Soul's closing techniques, and my objection buster script is already in your thing here. All right, so I think I changed this fast acting bonus, so it's not going to be that. The fast acting bonus is for the first 3 people for the next 30 minutes only, and now you can drop the link. You'll get calling there because you'll get it. Some of you already have a VIP day with me. I am opening 3 slots for VIP days, and what it is 8 hours with me. I normally charge about $50K for this particular VIP day that I've come up with. You it's a VIP day with me to go over your offer, to go over your event. If you want to do an event, if you want to structure, just brainstorm with me. Remember, I'm really good with strategy. We can brainstorm for 8 hours. You basically get 8 hours for us to, and if you want to use that for like, hey, Dr. Tooby, I want to do a virtual event. I want to like launch my business. We can come up with a strategy, and then I could use some of that time to help you launch what it is you're doing. So you get 8-hour personalized time with me as your fast acting bonus. All right. So now what we're going to do is just open it up for questions, takeaways, and questions. All right.
All right, everybody, let's give it up for Dr. Timmy. All right, so who would like to share first? Her takeaway? We have really an amazing session for today, and I just can't believe that it's the last day of the 2-day event. And soon will be the boot camp. So make sure if you haven't registered yet, so click the link now and book a call with Dr. Tooby.
Hey, Jerisa has a question. Ashley has a question. I think whose hand was first? Okay.
Go, Therese. Hello
Go ahead.
there.
Oh, I'll go ahead and go, but Ashley was first. Do you want me to still go?
No, yeah, you can go. You can go.
Okay. Well, one of the things that I wrote down and I made a note of, and thank you for this reminder, is I believe I can achieve. So thank you.
Amen. Amen. Yes, absolutely. That's the first step, is believing. Believing is the first step. And I want to throw this out there. I forgot to say, I am working with another. Ashley's a great person to talk to for funding, but I know her program is a paid program. Just wanted to put that out there, but it's very reasonable. And then I also have working with someone that's also can give up a meeting with him. So basically what I want to say is, don't let finances stop you. Find a way. When there's a will, there's a way. Understand that this is an investment, like we said. The return on investment is to believe in yourself, do the things, and then start, launch, or scale your business. And remember, the coolest thing about having a business is conferences and workshops are a write-off. So not only is it like it's guaranteed investment, because it's like basically just be like, oh, business conference, I went, and remember startup costs, so this is like a no-brainer. Like, so if I was there, if I were you, I'd be at the Academy live. I would not let anything stop me from the Academy. Then if you have to be virtual, we're going to have a camera there, and it's going to be, you'll still see me, and I'll call you out and say, hey, blah, 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 I see you over there, and we'll be virtual. But I know people are coming in, flying in. I know Kanisha's flying in, Kelly's flying in. I know some people are making it happen and flying in. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys, looking forward to celebrating some people's, I think it's Kelly's birthday weekend. So everybody's like, Kelly, I got your cake ready. So looking forward to celebrating. So yeah, let's And like I said, being in a community of women, like-minded women and support system, I mean, that's priceless. That's like a priceless part of it. Um, and having someone to walk with you, support you along the way, that's priceless. So make it happen for yourself. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. Been doing a lot of good things behind the scenes to make sure that everything goes according to plan. All right. Ashley.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say I'm really excited. I fly out next Sunday. It's like next week. It's like wow, everything's so surreal now.
Next week.
Yes, I'm really, really, really excited. And this is like exactly what I've been looking for is actually like having a business, but nothing like no VA, nothing is automated, no system. So I'm just really looking forward to just automating everything and really just looking forward to operating how a business owner is supposed to operate and not being able to sacrifice my time, spending time away from my kids because I'm working on credit. So I'm really, really, really excited. I'm really excited to be around like-minded women, to be around people um who have experience in AI and all the different systems and things of that nature. So I just want to say I'm really excited and thank you, Dr. Tubi, for presenting such a wonderful opportunity like this. And like I said, I'm just so excited. You never, what is it? You never leave with I don't know. I can't. I forget the saying, but it's like you never leave a point of decision without taking action or something like that. And so I feel like this is a great opportunity. Like you never know when an opportunity like this presents itself, you have to take advantage because you don't know when this is going to present itself again. So yeah, that's what I have to say. But I'm really, really, really excited.
I love when you guys are excited because it gives me so much more motivation. Like I do
Yeah.
put in tons of hours into this whole thing, and it's like sometimes you're like, yeah, you already have a business, another business that makes money. Why are you doing this for people? I'm charging way less than I charge for my event business, and so it's like it's the heart right now. And I'm telling you right now that you guys won't. This will not be available at this price again. I'm like, just mark my words. So if you can get in now, get in now because it is be a minimum 5K off. Just the amount of work that's being put into it and the amount of value that's being getting like put in automations and systems and all that. Like, yeah, it's just this is just call this a promotion at this moment. So I definitely, and it's not gonna you're not gonna get less. As a matter of fact, I'm putting much more into the first one. So I think that the only thing is the next ones will be more scaled down because I'll just be able to see what I'll be able to offer those next and all that focusation. So this time you guys are getting quite a few bonuses. Okay. So for the implementation part of it, like I said, we're going to walk away with those things. Since it's just a small number of people here, I just want to tell you really what to expect. We start each session and I don't know, Nikki, do you have this? Do you have the updated? Seen the updated because it recently got updated. Let me see if I can bring it up. But every day it's basically planned out, and we'll try to be on that as much as possible. Let me see if I can find it. Go to my Google Drive. So every day you do want to make sure that you have your laptop and your some of these things I say might sound very elementary. Just please bear with me. I used to be a teacher. I have children, and my dad always reminds me of everything to do, even though I'm an adult. Make sure you have this and that and that. So I guess I got it from him. Make sure you have your laptop. Make sure you have your cord. And it'd be so funny because you'd be like, shoot, I forgot my cord. And then your laptop dies. So please have your cord. And so please do not plan to pack your stuff the day of the travel. I'm a proactive person. Don't like to procrastinate things. Pack the things you need. Make sure you have everything so that you can show up your best and get things done. Somebody say get things done. So let me show you schedule. Share my screen. Oops. How come I don't see share screen anymore?
Can you check the settings below, like in the mute part?
Yeah, during this whole time on more, but now it's not on more.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. Okay. Well, anyway, guess somebody don't want you to see it. Yeah. Is there a reason why? Because I'm looking at more. It says pause recording, stop recording, captions, polls, quizzes, breakout rooms. Oh, why did it just move all the way over here for some reason? That's weird. Anyway, all right, can you guys see this?
Yes.
So this is the updated schedule. All the locations are here, and I sent the email out, so make sure you guys look at it. Some people are still asking me questions, which is okay, but please look at the thing because I've already put all the information on there. So on Sunday, we check in, and the hotel is the Scottsdale Plaza Resort, and we have a welcome reception and at the hotel lobby. And then on Monday we start, and this is the location. So I put it there. This is my event planning, making sure people don't show up at the wrong locations. This is the location. We meet in the lobby and we go there. We're going to start with breakfast and networking, and then so basically, okay, so all of that. The change that happened was that on Tuesday, we're going to meet earlier at the Garden Court restaurant in the hotel for breakfast instead of at breakfast at the boot camp location. For breakfast, because that's the day we're going to Chateau Lux. We will go to Chateau Lux. In Q&A, then we tour Chateau Lux, and then we go back to the boot camp location, and then we go from there. And then you can see all everything that's going to happen. And like I said, you have places here that say implementation, implementation. That is where you're actually implementing the stuff. And for each thing you're implementing, so like this one, you're going to be implementing the best practices and systems. I want to put out there that some of you guys may have more intense businesses. You may need to spend more, might not be implement everything at the same time. So just so you know that. But we want to make sure that we focus on the most time, like take the biggest chunks that's going to move you forward, and let's implement those. We might not be able to implement like 50 things. You have to like implement the most important things. Does that make sense? So we want to definitely automate your sales process. We want to definitely automate your emails. We want to definitely automate your lead generation. We want to get you going, automate your email responses, those kind of things like that. Put in systems. We definitely want to do a job description. I have a list of things I wrote down that I want to make sure that you guys definitely have done before you leave. So you guys can let me know if I'm missing anything, because I like to give the people what they want. But this is where my brain was at. Yeah, I want to hear it. This is where my brain was at. I said, and I don't know if I have too much stuff in here. Create a detailed job description. Create 5 to 7 best practices for your business. What things in your business can be automated? We want to think about that. And I think I'll talk about this in the academy so we get started. We want to automate whatever can be automated. We want to create 3 autoresponders, 3 email templates: welcome, inquiry, response, and follow-up. Create an inquiry reset form, book a call link with pre-qualification questions, create an email subscriber welcome email, weekly task list, lead generation process. We're going to go over the sales process and your follow-up process: notation, frequency, communication, release at what attempt. All right. Does that sound good so far? So once you have these things, when you bring someone in, and then I'm going to show you guys the task management system we'll be using. When we bring someone in, it's like, not like, what are they supposed to be doing? Okay. It's like you already have, how does emails go? It's right there. You know what I mean? So this saves lots of time instead of training someone over and over again and regurgitating the same information. Set this up right. Have time to go to workshops and conferences and grow your business and learn. Have time to sleep. Have time to go shopping, whatever you feel like doing, but not working in the trenches of the nitty gritty. Do you understand? This is why this is so important. Many people are missing this piece. It's going to set you up for such, man. And how do you have several businesses? Actually, in one of my groups I'm in, I'm the only one that has a real like full business, because everybody in my group is working on this kind of business. And nobody believes that I have a whole nother business, because I'm like the only one that's always doing stuff. And they're like, how do you always do everything and you have a whole nother business? I'm like, because I'm not in my business. You know what I'm saying? So I actually have one of the ladies, Melissa, Stacy's going to be there. I'm in Stacy's group and she's coming. She paid for the program. She's coming because she's like, I got your systems, Dr. TV. So, because I'm in her program and she's like, you're like the only person that has a business. And so the reason I'm saying that is that you can still have a business, multiple business, different things going on if you have the right systems in place. You know what I mean? You can show up to meetings, you can show up to stuff. You know what I mean? When you have things in place. And when you have systems in place, you avoid. That's why I called it burnout proof you and your business. First, you burnout proof yourself by resilience, and then you burn out proof your business by having station, being a visionary leader, having those things in place, having premium on. So you're selling one instead of working your butt off to sell stuff for $200 or $500 or whatever. And it's okay if you want to start there, if that's where your level of conviction is. That's okay. But my goal is to grow your conviction. And by the time I grow your conviction, you'll be like, thank you, Dr. Tubi. I didn't know I could do it. I finally sold my first highest whatever. And you'll be so excited if you just believe. Okay. So that is my goal. And wherever you want me to hold your hand, say, Dr. Tubi, can we just start at 500? That's where I feel comfortable. Can I start? I'm not going to argue with you. You're still going to put the systems in place. You're still going to, and we're going to sell at 500. But I want to tell you what my recipe and my advice is. But like I said, be a premium person. That's my fastest advice. So if you've never spent the amount you're trying to charge, I can understand. Or something close to it. All right. So that is what we're going to be doing. And for those of you that are starting a business, congratulations, because you can automatically start with conviction. Whatever you come in at the program, that's going to be your first starting prices because you've paid it. So you can charge it. And you're coming in. I mean, I wish I had something like this when I started business. I just started. I had to figure things out. I didn't have nobody telling me what systems in place and all that. So please understand when you give something of value in your face, make sure you just take advantage and make the best out of it. Like I said, you have to do the work. I will not do the work for you. I will guide you. I will help you and I will coach you. But there's no magic. Some people sell magic and that's not real. There's no magic 2xing and 5xing and 10xing. There's no such thing. There's work and there's support and vision, and all the good ingredients go together and the outcome is a successful business you can enjoy and enjoy your life. You cannot get it by laying on the couch all day. Well, you can if you have things in place and you have a team, but you still have to put in the initial work. Somebody say initial work. You've got to put in the initial work. Okay. Remember the stages, the build, the cruise, the rebuild, launch, and the retire stage. There's different things you have to do at different stages of business. All right. Any questions? We're done. Like any other questions on the program? Link again. Some booker calls coming in. So I don't know how many VIP days I have left. Remember, guys, this is being streamed. Replays are going out. Emails are going out. I think last time I got like 3 people come in just from the replays. I only have 3 spots for real. So if you have not, physical spots, and then I will be sending out like an email for the virtual option. But if you want to be in the room physically and you haven't secured your spot, make sure you do. Replays are going out I think I'm going to set that out tomorrow. Sometimes it takes time. Yesterday, I stayed up to usually Nikki would do it. I told Nikki, go ahead and just do the email and don't worry about it. And then I stayed up and waited for Zoom to forever. I was like, oh, I don't want to be doing this. So I'm not even going to do it today. Friday, the replay will go out. We'll see what happens. Might get it today. And like I said, people will be booking a call. I shared this last time that this program will be getting presented to some organizations that are trying to help people, small business owners, to pay back their loans. So they thought that this was they said they had never seen something like this. And they were like, wow, you're teaching them how to build resilience, and like because they're starting to see that they're giving small business owners loans and they're not following through, and they thought this would be a good program. So I am presenting this program. So like I said, this program might be taking a different turn, but I might keep this one still going for business owners, but then I'll be having like a section of it that's going to be for like organizations to implement, for people that want to get funding and stuff. So these are also ways that you can think about how to grow your business when you think of like different avatars that your business, your process can serve, looking into that kind of arena as well. So lots of excited. All right. Any other questions, comments, takeaways? All right.
All right. Everyone would like to share some takeaways?
We're good on takeaways. I think we all shared takeaways. I think you guys did an
Comments?
awesome job today. I'm available by email. I'll see you guys on book calls. I'll see you guys get ready for the boot camp. Check out for your emails. I don't, is everyone getting the emails? I know few people keep emailing me that they didn't get the email. We do put a lot in the emails. There's like a little thing as I click here. I will be sending out individual contracts before the boot camp with whatever your agreements are. So make sure that you have that. And yeah. So do we have any other questions? See you guys. Oh, when was the last update for the boot camps? That was sent wasn't it last week? It was a few weeks. That same email that I sent. It was because I have a and you guys will know how to do this in the boot camp too. Like I have a category that just says Thrive. In the Thrive, it should be only like 16 people, and then you guys get those emails. And then I have the emails that go to the whole email list. So are you guys getting the emails that say like, hey, Thrive Academy and all that? If you're on the email list, you should have got the email. Okay. If you didn't, let me know, because yeah. So the thing about, oh, you know what? I'm not sure if I sent an updated thing. That is a Google Doc. So it updates automatically. So if you click on it, you'll see the newest. Did I even send out? Maybe I didn't. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe I didn't send an updated email, but the schedule is updated. So re-click on the link because it's a Google Doc. So anything that I change automatically updates. So if you want the newest schedule, just click on the thing. Okay. Anything else, guys? All right. Vicky, what happened to the leaderboard?
Yes,
We have some winners in here.
I will share
Real
now.
quick. I almost forgot. And if you, those of you that won, that are coming to the boot camp, I'll give you your extra journal at the boot camp. So that way I don't have to send it to your house and you're already going to be here next week. Cool? All right. So Ashley, Joanna, is Melissa still here? Oh man, she didn't see Little Bar. Okay, we have to show her. All right. So we have Ashley 175, Melissa Benson 75, Laura 75, Lisa 75, Jerice 50, and Mimi 50. All right. So everybody's a winner. If you didn't do homework, really important to know who your competitors are, to know what the offerings are. It helps you build your confidence too when you see other people charging what you think you can't charge. And see, sometimes you look and you're like, they're charging that, I could do better than that. So it helps you sometimes. Do what's going on with Facebook. Keep trying or use the chat or whatever. Hopefully we figure that out. And see you guys on next Wednesday. Wait a minute. Today's Thursday, right? Friday, Saturday. Okay, Wednesday, Dr. Minnie. We're going to finish our premium offer. And then I'll see you guys on Sunday. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you, Dr. 2B. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. All right, bye.